You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Frustration get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now, we gotta keep on trying. Keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you have health and strength, reaching your goal, nothing should prevent. Every time you fall, get up again. Don't sit down there like that and complain. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Don't give up, keep courage, you must win. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now, we gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day, but you can't afford to let them stop you. No matter how hard it is to go through, you got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the ending. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now, we gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Strong positive mind, negative thoughts, leave them behind. We got to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now, we gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. temptation get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you have health and strength, reaching your goal, nothing should prevent. Every time you fall, get up again. Don't sit down there like that and complain. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Don't give up, keep courage, you must win. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day. But you can't afford to let them stop you. No matter how hard it is to go through, you got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the ending. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Be of a strong, positive mind. Negative thoughts, leave them behind. We got to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing. It makes
Apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't hold the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, cover, cover. Cover me. Cover me. Cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, You develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And you know, folks, as we always say, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a pink t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, an orange t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome here in on Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we also tell you that on Sunday Talk, we originate, we don't imitate, we bring with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And to show you that, we put it in words. Here we go.
Anselm LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, folks. Our oath that pledge to you, the people, that will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yeah, 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 yeah. We. That's our pledge. Let's bring in my pal, the man himself, the one and only Uncle Tommy. Tommy, where are you going today?
Good evening, good afternoon, rather, and a special Sunday wishes to everyone. Christmas wishes to everyone. I know everybody's busy with their Christmas arrangements, but just be safe out there and we'll be fine.
Yeah, Tommy boy. But I don't know, Tommy boy. We go talk about food this morning, Tommy.
No, there's just much more to talk about.
Yeah, folks. We are abandoning the food talk this morning. Bezram, I know you're coming to tell me what you make and what you eat and all kind of thing, but there's so much to talk about, Tommy. You see, Tommy, our rig collapsed, right? Our rig collapsed. It just seems to me, Tommy, that over the last 9 years, we have had disasters in Trinidad and Tobago that we have never had before. And it's another prime example of what happened with this rig. I think it's this rig in 110. And we're going to play that video too as well. And it just seems to be things happening that normally don't happen in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want to subscribe it to anything specific, but it just seems that there are a lot of evil things happening in the country, Tommy. Things that we have never seen previously. But it's like normal now that people wait to see what will happen tomorrow, boy. What's next? And that's kind of sad. So, Tommy, I'm a smoothie here. You see my smoothie?
Yep.
That's my smoothie. This is my breakfast, eh? So, I drinking it while on air today. Folks, this is my smoothie. You see my 32 ounces of smoothie, Tommy. This is my breakfast. So, I might have to leave you alone and run to the bathroom, but yeah. So let me go to the chat. Let me take a little swig there. Yeah, Tommy boy. Hmm. I read.
Well, refreshing.
Yeah, man. Let me take our next one, eh? Hmm. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Energy for so, you know, Tommy boy.
I can imagine.
Energy for so. Let me say, of course, Mr. Intellectual was first in. Super Sunday Pro, Uncle T, and all villagers. Hope you all have been endowed with all of God's choicest blessings. Thank you very much. Kamini. I get that right this time. Kamini. Season greetings to the intellectuals and all the nice people who partake in this program. Thank you very much, Kamini. Mr. Intellectual say, Uncle T, will you support a personal organization that lies to you about who they are or what they do? Nah,
Can't, no way.
nah. You can't support that. You can't support that. Nah, we ain't supporting that at all. No way. June, welcome. June say happy holidays to all. Be safe and God bless. Yeah, yeah. But we go be here. We go be here. It's Christmas Eve, right? 22nd.
Christmas, Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve we here. The Tuesday. We in here Thursday. Boxing Day. But we here on Christmas Eve. Um Bijam says seating greetings to Uncle Tommy and all our listeners locked on. Share the live. Donate something to the less fortunate today. Today menu. Believe it's rice and cooked moringa leaves like bhaji. Okay. I never cooked moringa leaves. That's a good one though. And if say blessed afternoon, soul, Val, Keisha, Nadira, like you all parang and yeah. They gotta be careful, man. I didn't parang the wrong house.
True.
You know that is good to me. Mr. Hanif, good day to you and my dear friend, and all the blessings to you, my dear. Volsang boy, you inside. What acts? Blessed Sunday to you, Hanif. I'm here. Hey, Tommy, welcome to Hailey, boy. You remember Hailey?
Highly Coachella. I haven't seen him
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All of a sudden you disappear, boy. Mr. Intellectual say, bro, I thought we not talking food. Nah, you ain't say we pass the moringa leaves real quick with Baji. But if we start talking that, Tommy, it will be a long thing. It will be a long, long one. Yeah. Just Georgia, welcome. Wall Street here again, where Reginald Armour found himself lying again, saying someone put that clause in the pension bill. He lie. He absolutely lie. Eh? I read Buddy who put that clause in on it, Tommy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I read Buddy was spend me right here. Who put that
Wow.
clause in? Yeah? Yeah?
Somebody
No
just
shame on
threw
him.
somebody just threw a monkey wrench in the soup.
Yeah. But among you're being very generous. You're being generous to me. I read Buddy was spend me right there, boy. He say, you know who put that in there, boy? I say, I don't know, I don't know. Me, Yeah. Afternoon, Volsang afternoon, Professor Walls, Uncle Tommy, yeah. Tommy, tradition time, ginger beer and sweet bread, you forget? Yeah, but we go talk about all that tomorrow and Tuesday. We talking about tomorrow and Tuesday, we go talk about all that. Yeah. Kamini said, Mr. Sang, good day to you, my dear friend, and all the blessings to you, my friend. Yeah, like they know each other, boy. Bijram says, sorrow drink, you forget. Monty, welcome. Good evening to everyone. Compliments to the season, you all and the entire family. Thank you very much. Same to you and the family. And we go have a little holiday thing tomorrow on Tuesday, Tommy. Right? I don't tell my wife already, Tommy. I want to make a sweet bread and a black cake for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me
yeah.
let me go out and come in. My
All right,
screen stuff. My screen froze.
all right, no problem. Yeah. So, folks, and before we started this morning tour, I had was to restart the computer. So, I had some things up here that I have to try to get back because my computer seemed to be whenever I'm gonna go here. So I know there was one person missing from that rig incident. Does anyone know if they found that missing person? There was an individual missing from that rig incident. Um, Let me get to that rig incident. I think that is. So, folks, if you don't know, there's been Biznat, welcome. Um, there is an incident. Let me add back to me.
My screen seems to be acting up. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah, you're back inside. You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm inside, but my screen isn't responding the way it should.
Okay. So, folks, if you are unaware, um, okay, the screen buffering. What told me, boy? It's all kind of trouble today this morning, boy.
All right.
Let me try
All
something.
right, the screen acts stand up, right?
All right, let me try that again. All right, here we go. I think this is it now. So, folks, no. All right, here we go. So, I consider it to be another disaster. It seemed to be one after the next, one after the next. Take a look at this.
That piece of fall long way, guys. Oh, Derek will be on top there. Longer. Guy, disembarked this morning. Emergency. Look at what's going on here this morning. One man down. Guy, the Derek did. Derek is be over there. That will fall long in the back. Ah, this morning. Well, services ring. Goes Derek fall long in the sea.
So there you have it, folks. That's a rig that collapsed out there. As it says, rig 110 that has collapsed. And They say one person missing, and hopefully they will find that missing person. But Tommy, it just seemed to be kind of disasters happening in Trinidad that have never happened before. I mean, you never know, but something in the air, boy.
Something is amiss.
Something is amiss. Something is amiss.
Yeah.
Gordon Joseph, welcome. Something is amiss, man. Something missing, man.
Good day, Mr. Maloney.
Eh?
I say good day to Mr. Maloney.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, we have the of course we have the Attorney General line again. We have
He lying on the back or on the belly?
it looked like he was on the belly, then he went on the back. Yeah. And then we have the Minister of Social Development line. Right? I mean, why don't they just be transparent and accountable to me? And then we have the Prime Minister coming behind and lying as well. It's lie after lie after lie after lie. All we are asking the government of Trinidad and Tobago to do, tell the people the truth and be transparent. And you know what? Not only that, Tommy, but fix the country. Did you see the press conference with the Minister of National Security or the committee that they're going to set up now to investigate the fire? Instead of they set up a committee to investigate why the fire service is underfunded and don't have enough fire trucks, and that all the equipment is of the 24th century. Yes, the 24th century. Or they're putting up another committee to find out what happened with the fire. And I mean, I don't get it, Tommy. And you know what makes it even worse? They have a person on the committee who from the Attorney General office. How independent is that committee going to be, Tommy? Help me here.
A waste of tax resources. That's all it is, a waste of resources. Nothing sensible, just a band-aid they're trying to put on a sore, or they're trying to put the toothpaste back into the tube after it's already out.
And it's simple, right? Now, this committee had to bring back a report in 2 weeks. And when that report comes back, well, I read something about, I think they're going to make the Stanley John report public now. I read something about that. So this committee has to come back in 2 weeks, Tommy. And just think about it. Let's speculate here. Because most of the times, when these committees sit and they tell the government something, if it's not in their favor, they just ignore it. What to the report with the Paria? What to that one? Did the government follow anything any recommendations that they made?
Just a waste of money, just a waste of resources.
I mean, it appears to me that under this Prime Minister Rowley, that it's committee after committee after committee. Who sing that song is fet after fet after fet after fet. It's committee after committee after committee after committee. With no significant results coming out, or when they tell them, look, all you need to do this, if it's not in their favor, nah, we don't want that. Cancel Christmas. We ain't listening to that. We don't want that. So what's the sense? And you have I think it was 2 ex-fire individuals, right? But them wasn't they, Tommy, one day there when the fire services didn't have the right type of equipment and so on and so forth.
Correct.
They was there when those things happen, right? Now they're on a committee to try. Look, I don't know, boy. And that's why I say all of them have to go. All of them. All of them. Every one of them. Time for them to sit down on the bench for a decade. Let them sit down on the bench like the Belmont middle fielder. Let them sit down on the bench for a little bit. Yeah, take some benching. Take that. Gordon Joseph said, now come in and see in one say another under Dr. Rowley well. Not in that respectful way. When people talk, you feel the government before had everything so right. Shoot. And shaking my head.
Sometimes I just don't know where these guys get off with that defense.
Tommy, every defense for these PNM people is the UNC. You see, Stuart Young too? And I have a video to play with Kevin Ramnarayan talking about the 1.3 billion loss during the UNC. And he totally ignored the loss or the different losses under the PNM with respect to NGC. Every single thing for them have to go back to 2010, 2015. So I mean, you will think, right, that UNC was in government 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, or 5 years ago.
Or that 5 years was the worst 5 years ever.
Or that 5 years was the worst 5 years ever. And you will think when they listen to look at Gordon Joseph. He not trying to say, boy, we are real problems, you know.
He's just trying to demand more from the governance that we have today. He's looking as though he's good with everything. It's sad.
He's good. He's very good.
It's so sad. So sad.
Okay. Listen, he okay if he good, and the rest of them suffering peacefully. Once he good, he could take care of his family. He could have a nice Christmas, right? He good. Wait, what happened? My government doing good. My government is doing splendid for us. There are 26% of black people living below the poverty line, the most in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. They're good. What are you worrying about? Never in the history of Trinidad and Tobago we have had that. And you know what makes it even worse? It's under a black prime minister. They don't want to hear that, you know. And Tommy, I'm going to beat this horse to death. I want to ask Gordon Joseph something. Give me one socioeconomic statistic where in the last 9 years under Prime Minister Rowley, where black people is at the top of the ladder. One. And when PNM folks come in, he too. And when Patty come in, she too. And when Ambrosie come in, and all the PNM people that are listening, who just silently listen, I want one. Okay, Tommy.
Maybe they're all only 74% above the poverty line, and they're so very happy.
No, yeah, that is true, you know, that is true.
Maybe maybe they're in the 74%.
Or maybe them in the 74%.
Yeah. Maybe they're high up in the too. They're probably in the top 10%.
You know, you raise a real good point there. Because I know you throw that at Gordon Joseph. He's one of them in the 74%, and he good. He does always say that, right? He good. I wonder if Patty's in that 74%.
Most likely.
What about PNM Fox?
Of course.
All right. So them good. Yeah, them good.
They said.
Them said. Them don't want to hear that. Them don't want to hear that talk, you know. Them don't want to hear that talk. Them want to go back now. But you know, it's interesting, Tommy. Let me go back like how them just go back now. I want you all to go back to between 2010 to 2015, when we had 17.8% black people living below the poverty line. Let me go back to that, Tommy. We're going back, right? We reminiscing. Let me reminisce. Let me reminisce. And I'm comparing apples to apples. Let me reminisce. No government can fix any country without help. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You know Burkina Faso? You ever heard about them? I wonder if you ever heard about them, Tommy. You think so? I
He
think
can
I've
do some. He can do some research. He can go on Google and
Oh
see
yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah. No. If I get a fella say you don't use Google.
Well, guess what? He had to get with the time if he want to be on the same page with us.
But the man say you don't use Google.
He'll never be on the same page with us. Then he wouldn't be making any relevant.
KFC, welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man.
How you going, man?
You hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, loud and clear. You're inside, man.
I hear talking about Gordon Joseph, but you know he business fixing it. You working wrong the clock, you know.
Uh-huh. I don't know that.
So that doesn't really care about the others. Who
Yeah.
suffer on the bottom of the ladder and scraping. I know that I was at put up here by Santa Excellent. This is the girl your Christmas wishes.
Huh?
Yes, right now, I'll buy Santa Excellent here by Japan, place up here.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can't go in because I on a membership card.
You have a membership card to go in?
Yeah.
Who's that? ILP or who? Who giving it?
Kizel.
All right, Kizelle Jackson giving it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have a backyard to get anything. Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know. I'll keep you
All right.
to all the listeners and viewers from abroad and locally.
Mm.
Let's keep up the good work, man. Uncle Tommy, there's something
Yes,
for
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, should I go on?
All right. Tommy, let me call Kizelle Jackson. Let me try something. You know, all I know we just try thing, right? You just try thing. Let me try a thing. Let me hear from Kizelle what she had to say. Kizelle Jackson. So folks, we're trying to call Kizelle Jackson. Because we like to find out for ourselves, you know what I mean? Oh, she says she can't talk right now. All right. I'm gonna tell she wanted a few minutes to talk about your current initiatives. Okay. All right, folks. She sent my message. She says she can't talk right now. Wanted to talk about your current initiatives. All right. You know, Tommy, you know, you know, I had a mind to call Fidel Lines again today and see if he go pick up, see if he loan at all.
Well,
What do you think?
if you would have sent him a text before, I would have called him.
What do you mean?
Send him a text first.
Send him a text one, tell him I go and call him.
Yeah. So you
Then
go
he
ask.
ain't go pick up the phone. If I send him a text, tell him I go and call him. I giving him notice that for him not to pick up the phone. Because in previously, every time I send him a message, he never responds.
But then don't waste no time with him. Let's just move on.
No, I like to expose them, man. Rasta Jack, welcome. Yellow is the code and is that. Yeah. No, I like to expose them. All right. So I guess Gazelle too busy. That's all right though. COP, welcome. COP.
Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Yeah, man.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Wall Street, yes, I think that you should call Fitzgerald Hines. He's not a private citizen. He's not a private doctor. He's not a private lawyer. He's a public servant. He's a public servant. And the citizen of this country is supposed to call him at any time and he take up the phone. How when Pastor Guru and them call him, he just take up the phone. It's not a Chinese national calling him. It's not a Syrian national calling him. It's a Trinidadian calling him. And calling them is not wasting their time. Calling them and they're not responding is exposing the misconduct in public office and the ignorance and the lack of transparency. When you call them and they take up, that is what you're exposing. It's not wasting time, Uncle Tony. It's showing the citizens of this country, the politicians we have in this country, and showing the citizens the kind of national security minister we have in this country, denying the citizens and them the constitutional rights and the First Amendment by calling them and they responding. How it is that Indian boy in the UNC give out all politician number, none of them could not arrest him, but none of them could not charge him. Because they have a constitutional duty to give the public the phone number, and the public supposed to call them and they're supposed to address the public. That is the constitutional responsibility they have. What them show is not constitutional responsibility, it's ignorance, misbehavior in public office, and arrogance towards the people them who they're supposed to represent. Wall Street, I hear you call Pastor Google yesterday, and let me give you 10 out of 10 for your contribution. But in your contribution, you call a name, and Pastor Google jump up one time and say, it have nobody name over here, so don't have nobody name over here, so call the people them the proper name. But in the conversation, I hear you calling you Fall Street. I say, what type of pastor will do that? A pastor will correct somebody by calling and telling them what I write. Call the person by the right name. But when the pastor calling you, he calling you by a wrong name. How disingenuous that is. Pastor Google, I know you're listening. You think that was fair? You think that is the responsibility and that is our pastor supposed to conduct the affairs on national radio? Why is the PNM supporters will say, the biased PNM supporters might say, yes, he's right to do that. We must understand and acknowledge they just bias and they're not understanding what is the pastor responsibility on national radio. But Pastor Google, it have the people and them who would not support the PNM will say, hey, you are rude. You are rude and disrespectful as a pastor on national radio. And the next one I want to say, I hear Dale is to be calling you Fall Street. But Dale have a sign up there, Dr. Dale. Why he misleading the people by putting Dr. Dale, the voice? Take off that doctor, you are not a doctor. Better you put stupidity or some kind of thing. You're not qualified to have a doctor in front of you, but you're putting that over there for the general public to see. Hey, that Dr. Dale, right? He's one like Keith Rowley. He's one like the Calypsonian that died. You need to take off that Dr. Dale. You're not Dr. Dale, but I just put PNM Dunce talk show host. That's what you need to put. Take off that Dr. Dale from over there because you are not qualified to have that name. Wall Street and Uncle Tony, have a nice day.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Right, Kunji.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Tommy. Wow. What you gonna say, boy? What you gonna say?
Yeah, it's an ongoing battle.
Kunji come out and Kunji open up the and he hit a 6, boy. The man hitting hard, Tommy. He making no joke.
You gonna take his advice and call Fitzy?
Let me call him, man. Yeah, I'm taking your advice. Let me call him. Let me see if we go pick up the phone again. Mr. Hines, don't pick up the phone, eh? I am telling him don't pick up the phone, Tommy. Okay? I am telling him don't pick up the phone. Don't pick up the phone, Mr. Hines. Please, don't pick up the phone.
If he does pick up, the first thing you're gonna say is, I reached out to you for permission
Nah,
before.
I wouldn't pick up the phone, Tommy. I've been honest.
You already been warned.
No, I telling you. So, you see? I hate to be right, Tommy.
Yeah.
I hate to be right. Let me try Marvin Gonzalez. Them fellas ain't even picking up the phone, but I feel like just trying to have one set of PNM people today, Tommy. Serious. I'm gonna call till I get one of them. Seriously, I'm gonna call. We have 12:53. We have 7 more minutes. I'm gonna call till I get one of them today. I'm in a PNM calling mood today. Like Marvin Gonzalez. Excuse me. It's Gonzalez. Yeah. All right, he didn't pick up. I'm gonna call Stuart Young. See if Stuart Young will pick up the phone. So he could tell us what's going on with the rig. What's going on with the rig there? Is this your young boy? Let me see if they Stuart Young. Here we go. They Stuart Young. All right. Let me call Stuart Young. Let me see the minister. And we want to find out what's going on with the rig. We calling Mr. Stuart Young people. Tommy, I feel he go pick up.
Well,
No
sometimes,
answer, boy. Oh God.
sometimes my feeling is good.
Boy. Let me see who I could call, boy. Who else I could call? Let me call who else numbers in here? Oh God! Somebody say call Overrun Padmore. Capitan, you're real kick. Tommy, who else, boy? Oh, let me call Alwari. Let me call Faris Alwari. Let me see if he go pick up. We call him Faris Alwari. Maybe he has some information for us on the rig. Call Ula. I ain't have Ula number, man. We call him Faris Alwari. I will call Dr. Nan Gatsby Dully, but I will talk to she about education. Well, I go call she and talk to she about. All right, he didn't pick up. Who else? Oh, let me try Terrence Diaz thing. I see he do something in his community. I wonder if he go pick up to me. You feel so? Let me call him. I could talk about things in the community. Maybe he go make them look good. If he see my number. A man say call Furi Ferreira. Oh God. What a real Carl kick seal should do that.
You get
Call
your
us TLC. Huh?
faster than anybody else.
Alright, Clarence DLC. Who else we could call, boy? Oh, I make him try Brian Manning. I feel he go pick up. Brian Manning go pick up. He go pick up. Brian Manning go pick up. Yeah, he go pick up. Brian Manning go pick up. Brian Manning go pick up. I bet Brian Manning pick up. Call Keith Scotland. Keith Scotland go pick up. Let me know all your Dane. I guarantee you, if I call Keith Scotland, he pick up. Where you want to bet? All right, Brian ain't picking up. Nah, he ain't picking up. Let me call Keith Scotland. I bet you Keith Scotland pick up. Ban me, I welcome. Tommy, you want to bet?
No,
I bet you. Eh? You betting?
No. He may pick up.
I bet you Keith Scotland pick up. Keith Scotland picking up. Just calling, boy. Tommy didn't ring in yet. It didn't ring in yet, folk. It's still calling.
Wow.
Oh God, Keith, man, come now, man. Me making me look bad, but no answer, boy. Folks, we're gonna go for the break and we'll be right back. Stick and stay. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Don't forget, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X, WZYE TV and YouTube. And don't forget, you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. Text and voice notes are welcome. Remember, these are WhatsApp numbers.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
She's going to be singing Plight of My People. Make some noise for Lady Gypsy.
No plight of my people. Too much of one thing, good for nothing. Too much a good thing, never enough. I don't know why my black people cannot see. No party never care about we. Every election we so devoted. How we love up we PNM. As soon as election come and go, it's only problem after problem. How could we cope? Man lost their hope. I ain't seeing no solution. Every time PNM come in power, it takes a toll on black man. I don't want to sound like a racist, but this is what I can see. They just take care of the race, but they damn well know they have we. I want to ring me bell, wake up Eric Williams. Tell him the party from them PNM needed immediate attention. Ring me bell. Wake up mother corn hawks. Tell she to cast a spell on we party. Not what it
Not what
Tommy?
it used to be.
Tommy?
Oh,
Yeah, what happened? Keith Scotland calling me back.
your answer?
You got my answer?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Okay, he just hung up. I'm gonna call him back. So I call him back, Keith Scotland first.
Organize. Hello.
Mr. Scotland, you are live on WZYE 95.9 FM. And listen to this, right? Good morning, sir.
Gentlemen, I'm where am I live on? Hold on. Wait.
You're on WZYE.
Hold on.
You're on WZYE 95.9 FM
On, sir?
in New Jersey. Yeah. And here's this. Wait, 1 minute. I ain't call you to talk about nothing. I just taking a minute. I told my audience that if I call Keith Scotland, he go pick up the phone. Right?
From New York?
Yes.
Live on the radio?
You're live on the radio. Listen to this. I told the people, if I call Keith Scotland, he go pick up the phone. You didn't pick up the phone, but you call me back.
I did.
Yeah, but I'm telling the people, I say, boy, I put big faith in you, you know.
Well, your faith has been rewarded, son.
But I got a reward.
You got a reward. How is our project going? You made contact with anybody?
Yeah. It's going good. It's going very good.
Well, Port of Spain salt will require 10 from that. So we are saying Merry Christmas to the people in New York, are we?
Yes. Go ahead, man. Send your wishes to the
I
people.
would like to wish the diaspora in New York a very hearty Christmas. I wish that our Trinis come home because there's no other Christmas like a Trini Christmas. I'm about to have a drink of punch of creme in a short while with sorrel. So you understand what's going on there, all right, boss?
All right, man. Thanks a lot,
You are very welcome and wish everyone in New York, and the bell will be ringing in 2025. Come home and vote.
All right, partner. Take care.
All right.
Yeah. Tommy, why Fitzgerald's car be like that?
Different persons, different personalities.
No, but why you can't be like that? Let me call my partner, David Nackett. See, we go pick up the phone. We ain't talked to him in a long time. Let me call David Nackett. And Tommy, we not calling mood today. David Nackett. Let me see if we go pick up the phone. So we calling Senator David Nackett. Let me call some UNC people too, yes? Then we call Kita, call him, and he call me back. Then can't say we really need us some years. How long do you think as we try? Wall Street, do you see President Musk in action? If the US can be captured, who is Trini? The city bullet box. Clearly, Paul Sang, Heinz is no humble African. Pleasant afternoon, Professor. Oh, Patricia, welcome. All right. Who else, boy? Well, let me call my partner. Let me call my next partner. What is his name, boy? Yeah. Let me see if we go pick up. We calling Senator Damian Leiter. He's a friend of the show to me. He just pick up.
Yeah, he's warm.
Yeah. Senator Leiter.
Happy holidays, Senator.
Welcome. You are live on WZYE 95.9 FM with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. And here what it is now. Listen, before you say anything, I tell the audience, if I call Senator Leiter, you go pick up. And
that is a normal thing. I mean, if you've made a decision to serve the people and serve your country, you have to understand that part of the time is your life and part of the time is everybody else's life. So if you can't give a big part of your life to the people, then you're in the wrong business.
You know, Senator, you are so correct. Eh? And listen to this, right? You know, we have a thing here. We originally doing. We just pick up the phone and call people. That is what we're known for. We just do that. You understand? And we have an ongoing thing here with Fitzgerald Hines. When we call him and he pick up the phone, and once he knows we, he hanging up on we. He been consistent. And I don't understand how a person taking taxpayers' dollars. We here in the diaspora, we have to send you a note and send you a message. And when we send you a message, you read the message and you don't even respond. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you something. I mean, I know you have done that many times, and I've actually heard some of the calls over the period of time. So I know it's been a long-standing attempt to get into an interview with this sleepy, narcoleptic, sativa induced Hines. And the thing is that this is where fellas like Hines and Young and these fellas are now. If they look at their phone and they see it is one of the media that they have been able to garner their support through whatever means, and I cast no aspersions, but through whatever means, they'll pick up the phone and they'll answer questions because they know they will never be asked the tough, serious, and pertinent questions that impact the lives and livelihoods of citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. When a fellow like yourself and some other members of the media who have reached the point of putting country before any other means, they are afraid to take those calls because they know they'll be put on the spot. They know they will be tried and tested, and they know they will fail when tried and tested by people like y'all, because y'all are not prepared to be hoodwinked, y'all are not prepared to be fooled, and y'all are not prepared to accept Mama Guy. When you ask a question, you want a straightforward answer. Don't beat around the bush. If something is wrong, tell us it's wrong. If you've made a mistake, say you've made a mistake. But you're willing to talk about all the little successes you have with your media friends, but you're not prepared to answer the hard questions when it comes to the governance of the country or the lack thereof. So that is why you're experiencing that with Hines, and you'll probably experience that with others in this current administration.
Correct. A lot of them. We try Stuart Young. Well, Stuart Young, you don't pick up. We try
No, well, why is Stuart Young going to pick up? What he does is he sets up his media interview. He goes and he talks about successes in certain things that the UNC initiated under Kamla Prasad-Visesa and Kevin Ramnarine.
Yeah.
And then when there's any failure, he then blames it on the UNC. And interestingly enough, I think it was Dave Tanku that brought out a release after Stuart Young blamed the UNC for the latest just over $1 billion in losses in the NGC again. Yeah. And Stuart Young blamed the UNC. So what Stuart Young asked, the question Stuart Young asked was, well, if you're blaming the UNC, are you also going to blame the UNC for the profits made in 2017, 18, 19, 20, and 21? So, because NGC made billions through those years, while under the PNM.
But
so
you're prepared to under the PNM, them lost 2-point-something billion from NGC.
Right. And what I'm saying to you is, they've made billions in 18, 19, 20, etc.
Right.
Which is under their watch, and are quite happy to take the congratulations and the kudos and the respect.
Folks, we reconnected. Okay, you got next call. So, folks, he reconnect, and I'm sure you got our next call.
Yeah, he dropped.
Yeah, you know, it's because, of course, it's a senator, so you got our next call. We're going to try to hold on for a minute. So, folks, we are having a discussion with Senator Damian Leiter, the UNC senator.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry. I think you got
Hello?
our next call. Did you get our next call?
Yeah. Somebody called me while we were talking and on the regular phone. So what I was saying is that they come 9 years later to come and blame Kevin Ramnarine and Kamala Prasad Bisesa for $1.4 billion. I can't remember the exact number.
Yeah, it's 1.3. 1. You got next call. So what I tell them, Tommy, is that whenever we're doing stuff like the easiest thing to do now,
Professor,
yeah,
Uncle Tommy,
yeah,
we have reached a point in time in our history where you just simply cannot come almost 10 years later and put any blame on any past administration. You had 9 to 10 years to fix the problems in this country. You had 9 to 10 years to put us on a path of growth. You had 9 to 10 years to use our oil money, our gas money to diversify the economy. And you have simply failed to do so. And while you failed to do so, you have allowed a runaway crime problem by an absolute collapse in our national security, and a collapse in our social security, a collapse in the entire fabric, the social fabric of our country. Because what I want to tell you is this, you know, Hines is a clear failure. We all know that. I don't think anybody disputes that. I think his own people want to see him go. Well, we saw that. They rejected him in
they rejected him. You go on.
right? So we saw that his own people rejected him, but yet the prime minister still refuses to remove a man that has been an absolute failure. But I want to say this. I want to say, as I have you on, right?
Yeah.
You see, we must understand that this problem of crime is not falling on the shoulders of Ethelbert Hines alone, right? So even though he's the frontline man, and even though he come like the Good Friday bubbly who had to take the licks from everybody, right? You have to remember, crime comes about because of an absolute failure overall in our economy and in our society, which goes to say that all of the critical ministries in this country, that like the Ministry of Education for children, like the Ministry of Social Services, which we see recently in a big debacle in the news this week, when we see a failure in our healthcare system, what does that do? That increases the amount of people that fall below the poverty line. It takes away the opportunity for jobs in this country when less and less people are educated, when less and less opportunity for jobs are there. Uncle Tommy and Professor, what do you think happens? People have to eat. People have to feed their children. People have to survive. And if the gang leader on the corner of the road can bring that to the people and the government can't, well, guess where some of those people are going to go? Not all, but it just takes a handful of them who go on the wrong path, that get the guns and ammunition that come through our porous borders. And then we see massacre after massacre. We see the massacre, the likes we've never seen in our history, happen on the streets where the sons and daughters of mothers and citizens of this country are perishing every single day. So it is a complete collapse of this government. It is a complete collapse of our economy. It is a complete collapse of our society. And that, my friend and my friends, is the reason why they will not take your phone call.
Senator, just before you go, you know, you see this $25,000 debacle, fiasco, nefarious, underhanded, evil, wicked thing they was trying to impose on pensioners, boy. I I don't know how in God's world you have a person who is a senior counsel, the Attorney General, right? And then you have Prime Minister Rowley. At the end of the day, he's the head. The buck stops with him. And that passed all of them. And at the end of the day, they're coming back to try to hoodwink and fool people and tell them about it's an error. Really, boy?
Look, I wrote something on your chat because I heard you brought out a voice note, and it was a bit early in the game, so maybe you didn't get the full story time. You were correct on most of it, but part of it, the part with the error is where you erred. But I see that you have quickly. You're a man, you don't stick, right? So you quickly have looked into it, and you realize this could never have been an error.
No,
This is the way in which bills are brought to the lower house and to the Senate to be passed into law. The system that it has to go through. There is no way under God's green earth that a public servant would have woken up one morning just so, without any inclination and reason for doing this, and have slapped that in. No public servant sitting down in their right mind going to sit down and say, hey, I have a bright idea. Why don't we put a cap on anybody who has $25,000, which is absolutely nothing in today's world when it comes to medicine, when it comes to hospital, when it comes to food, when it comes to healthcare for an old person, for a senior citizen. No public servant in their right mind is going to put that into legislation. And then furthermore, it has to pass through various levels from cabinet to FNGP, back to cabinet. It has to go through the prime minister and his whole clique that sit in the cabinet have to be able to see that. And so therefore it comes down to either one of two things. And the fact that the Attorney General has said he was away. You know, he has a famous way of telling mistruths. That's why he got a nickname called Limo. He always either away or he was in a small hotel room somewhere, so he didn't know he was a senior counsel instead of a note taker or something like that. He blamed a public servant for a missing file that saw fellas who were alleged to be criminals walk away with $20 million. We saw all these mistruths, all these misleading statements coming from this Attorney General. He is the most disgraced and most failed Attorney General I have ever seen walk through this. Here is his name. I wonder, when he sits back in his chair as an aged and elderly man, what would he think of his legacy? Right? What did he think of his legacy, what he left behind with all of these mistruths? So he comes again with a blatant lie, been caught lying to the point where I sent you the article, Professor Wall Street, and showed you that Donna Cox, the day before, was defending the clause.
Yeah.
She acknowledged the clause, defended the clause, and when they realized that the people in this country, the senior citizens, were not prepared to take that, they were backed against a corner and they came out with a blatant lie. You want to hear something? I will tell you this in closing.
Yeah.
You see Donna Cox?
Yeah.
And them don't have no say in this thing, you know.
I know.
All of that had nothing to do with Donna Cox, you know.
Yeah.
She's just the front taking the blows.
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, a prime minister and a cabinet had to sit down and look at that piece of legislation. How did Kamala Prasad cast her eyes upon it?
Yep.
She had to see it.
Yep.
And she would be the last cog in the wheel to see that before the bill comes to the parliament for debate. So therefore, we're trying to say, either incompetent or you're lying. And I say it's the latter, not the former. Or maybe it's a combination
It's
of
a
both
combination.
incompetence and lying.
It's a combination.
Right?
It's a combination.
But I'll tell you this much. The country is broke.
Yeah.
That's why I don't blame Donna Cox. She does have to be the one to take the front.
Yeah.
But she will take command from those above her, right? Those above her who know the true state of our economy, who understand that our economy has been bankrupt by a bankrupt government, by the worst. I mean, listen, this has nothing to do with PNM and UNC no more. This has gone beyond PNM and UNC. This is a Rowley-led administration. I don't think anybody, even in the UNC in the opposition, will ever class the Patrick Manning PNM with this PNM today. We will never cast Patrick Manning PNM. The Patrick Manning at least had a vision. At least he had a plan, right? At least he had a vision and a plan. These people have no vision, no plan, no idea, don't know what to do, and they are completely bankrupt of vision, mission, or any form of idea how to diversify, how to build, how to grow. All they know how to do is to destroy, right? Evil cannot build, it is only destroy. Evil cannot build, evil only destroys. That is the state of our economy. That is the state of our country today. And that is why, by hook or by crook, this administration must be removed. This administration must be removed so that we could bring back this country to some level of decency again, to some level where our democracy is not being stripped from under our feet, where our constitution is not being trampled on, when people's rights and privileges and share of our patrimony, share of our oil and gas wealth, because all 1.4 million citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who are born in this country in the soil could be living in the diaspora, could be living in Trinidad. But once you are a citizen of this country, you have a claim, you have a stake in the billions and billions of dollars of oil and gas money being spent in this country. And to come and try to remove all people, old people, man, senior citizens from that social security belt, that is the most callous and the lowest form of governance I have ever seen in my life. Let me tell you, before I was angry, I'm just pissed off today, Wall Street. I'm pissed off today. Because to think that some people will still go and vote for this? No, man. No, man. You can't vote for this. This lot of people have to go. That's what I have to say, brother. The country is bust. The country is bankrupt. That is why you're seeing fuel prices going up 5 times, because they're removing the subsidies. That is why you're seeing electricity prices are going to go up. And if we put this government back in power, you will see electricity prices go up. You will see this exact clause come back in a bill, because they'll have 5 years to take the heat. You continue to see austerity measure after austerity measure being undertaken by this government, right? And which shows clear signs of IMF consultation. So we may not be at the inside the door of the IMF, but we are at the doorstep of the IMF taking the instructions. And while all that going on, them fellas and them taking a pay increase, and Rowley taking $1 million, over $1 million in back pay, while they're looking to cut everybody else's money.
Senator,
that's my statement.
Thank you so very much, and have a happy holidays, man. Thank you, Lord.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Uncle Tommy a Merry Christmas. I wish all your listeners in the diaspora a very Merry Christmas. I want to say to you, Professor, you have been a man that has been real and true to your word. You have been a man who has defended your country. I know your political allegiance over the years, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud to be I'm always proud to answer this call and speak to you, because I know despite any of our political affiliations or political connections over the years, you put country before party every single time. And that's why I like speaking in your program. You're not afraid to call out a party, even if you supported the actual institution. You don't support bad and poor and distasteful governance. So I congratulate you for that. Another successful year with your program. For your listeners, I wish you and your listeners a Merry Christmas and a very, very Happy New Year, my brother.
Thank you very much, man.
Happy holiday to you, Senator.
All right, take care.
Yeah, man. Bless. Make a Senator like that round of applause.
Yeah, he was on point.
He on point, man. He on point. I give him a round of applause. The man on point. He on point, Tommy.
Yeah.
All I could do is sit down and listen, you know.
Yeah. He really touched everything.
Yeah, he touched everything. And listen, Tommy, the thing about it is that even when I was supporting the PNM, them fellas used to take me calls. Years ago. Years ago. You understand? And they have stayed consistent. No, I ain't sure what happened when they get in office. That's a different story. Because, but I could call Senator. I gotta call Senator like that a little more often, man. Because his contribution was splendiferous. And to the point. Right? So
what's the location of the oil rig?
Yeah. It's 110. Let me see if I could play that again. Capitan, we played this here. I think the location of the oil rig is 110, boy. I don't know what that means. But that's what it said. Let's play this. Let me take this call here, Tommy, because I know this fella will he could dispute everything what he just here. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Good after lunch.
Good afternoon.
To the panel inside and the panel outside.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate the humor when it comes, because the doctor says good for your laughter is like medicine. All right? But I must say this, not for the first time. Not for the first time, because memory sometimes do fail us. All right? Memory sometimes do fail us. I, Gordon Bernard Maloney, that's what is on my birth paper. I saw it with my own eyes. Nobody can tell me that. That's me.
Make a point, Gordon. Make a point.
I do not have any party card. I have never gone to any political meeting other than the same meeting with almost all the different political parties. Like when they had a big meeting, whether it's Aranguez, Shogunas, what used to be Hilo in San Agustin there, Marcy. That's the only kind of meeting I went to. I never went to no private meeting or no UNC meeting or PNM meeting, because that is not of my earth. I'm not cut from that kind of cloth. I am here as a citizen, and I know my roles and functions, and I try to operate with that in mind. If I see something that I feel warrants my criticism, I will try to be constructive with it, not destructive, because human beings are liable to make mistakes. Sometimes they don't make mistakes. Sometimes they're just plain greedy. All right? They're just greedy, or sometimes they operate in a way to benefit somebody else. So when that happens, my support will not be there. It will not be there. But if I see something, if I hear something that I find is good, not for me, but for the masses, then I have no problem endorsing that. I have no problem endorsing that. So I try to be operating in a way that I must feel within myself. Nobody could point a finger and say correctly that Gordon Bernard Maloney is a liar. He lied. I agree, they could say he make a mistake. And once that is brought to my attention, I will not leave it so.
So Gordon,
I will not
can I
leave
ask
it
you a
so.
question? So
yes,
a mistake cannot be a lie.
A mistake, I wouldn't see it as a lie. A genuine mistake, I will not see it as a lie.
And a lie cannot be a mistake.
A lie could be a mistake.
Okay.
A lie could be a mistake.
Quick other thing, and it will get your time. If when the election is called in 2025, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to answer it. And you
So
had a
if it is
choice.
called, so if it is called, yeah.
Yeah, if it is called. No, when it's called in
Yeah.
2025, it's going to be called in 2025.
Yeah.
When it's called in 2025, and you had a choice, you had to pick one between the
Yeah.
PNM and the UNC. Who would you pick?
Right now, as it going right now, if it continue like that, I feel I could answer like you know, but I will not be fair to myself. I could answer like you and say, definitely not the UNC, but I wouldn't do that. I am fair to myself. If it going like how it going now, in the sense of what they are trying to do, I will pick PNM. And I'm not hiding behind nothing like sometimes you and your friends do. I will pick the PNM because of where my focus is.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Second question.
Yeah.
And I've asked PNM people this.
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer this
Now
now.
keep your mind if you're asking me that, you're not asking PNM, you're asking Gordon that. Eh?
Well, but Gordon said he could support the PNM.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that I am a PNM. A true PNM based on how I hearing it from all you. Let's go with everything PNM do and say, you know. Everything, you know.
If you support PNM, you're not a true PNM.
It's a thing that they do and say that I do not support at all.
So did you ever support?
Just like a true UNC. A true UNC. We here to support them. Like, what's this thing? They have a clue what it is about, you know. But they don't need to support.
Okay, here's the other question. You don't have to answer this right now, eh?
I have no problem with answering any question that is a genuine question that are relevant.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you get me one socio-economic statistic in the last 9 years where black people in Trinidad and Tobago is at the top?
Once you go down that road, you already know my response. I could answer that, and I know how it will go after that with you and your 6.5 other callers. I know how that will go. So my response to that is just how you don't be quoting 66% of black people, 14% of black people, and people asking you where that is, how to find it, and you tell them, go and search, go and search. Well, bro, I take in your attitude on this occasion. Go and search. Go and search. Go and search and you will get it. You don't have to ask me. As a matter of fact, don't ask no caller that because they can't tell you anything.
Gordon, please take off your PNM ballerina.
So I can get back my entry time now?
Yeah,
sir?
you'll get back. Wait, relax, you'll get back. Please take off ballerina with your tutu. And
I don't have on no PNM nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have on no PNM. Now I'm sitting on my bed here enjoying my team just win. Nice, big, comfortable. Of course, it's Liverpool. And I real good. And when I say I good, it have people get tired up, you know. They end up like market crab. When I say I good, it's because the most important thing, life does not consist of in the abundance of the things that someone possess.
All right, listen.
You see,
All right, let me don't digress no more.
Everything.
Go ahead, finish your
Right. So I am saying
Yeah.
that it are good things that I see government do. I have no problem in putting a thumbs up for that. It are bad things that they do. I'm not putting no thumbs up for that. So what I had to do, the people who offend themselves, I had to measure. In this case, it have people who were not there before. And it have people who were there before. The ones who were there before, to me, they have a greater support than all the others who still trying, my description, still trying to see if they could organize this up. I see like that a coalition coming together there. And I could imagine a whole lot of UNC people might go across there. But I know them, the little that I know and hear about them PNM people, them ain't going nowhere. Them staying right there. You and your friends that say they're suffering silently. I vote PNM by not suffering. And the reason why I'm not suffering had nothing to do with government. And nothing to do with opposition. It had to do with the fact that I have already given my whole life to God, and He has been providing, guiding, protecting me and my family, as the song would say. All right? Thank you very much. If no further questions, Your Honor.
No, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, God.
Compliments of the season to you, Gordon Joseph.
Tommy. By the game credit, though, Tommy.
Yeah, straight up.
By the game credit. Right? In that he's very consistent that, and he just try to kind of, waffle a little bit. I don't know. I know they're not no waffle outs in Trinidad, but he seemed to be going to the waffle outs often. That he would vote for the PNM still, regardless of what the country going through. He don't care about that, Tommy. He doesn't care about what the country is going through. All he wants to know, there's a black prime minister, Prime Minister Rowley. He look like him, and he voting for that. That is it. That is it. Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Hello. Good day.
Good day. How are you going?
Oh, Uncle T, you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I praise God for that. Well, I see the games continuing as usual. Everything falling down. People lying.
Yeah.
And continuing to lie. And they get God people to support them too. You know how interesting that is? That people who claim that God is the source of everything going to support people who does lie, who does cuss in parliament,
Yeah.
who does call people name.
Yeah.
You understand? That's the kind of policies that Christian people support. If anybody know a Christian, you could tell me if that is what Christianity is about, supporting evil, watching people lie, destroying people's lives. Uncle T, you could tell me, I think you have a little background in your parents, and I might have some background in Christianity and things. From your understanding, could you enlighten me a little bit?
Well, I tell you something. We have to exercise a little wisdom when it comes to where we're going in this country. But it seems as though blind loyalty has taken, and tribalism has taken precedence.
I hardly hear you. Anyhow, I have difficulties in understanding when people call God name and they say that our God has provide for them and do all this kind of thing. And still hear them say that they're going to support
evil,
wickedness,
and evil,
lying.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, God said lying is an abomination. You know, it's an abominable thing. And imagine that God people saying that them supporting that. You know, after you see all of that, hence the reason why I don't get involved in politics and I don't vote for nobody, because I know that the heart of man is desperate, wicked. You understand? Man is a wicked kind of thing, and you can't trust them. So if you put in your faith in that and you're dipping your finger for that, which means that you're condoning corruption, you're condoning evil. I could recognize good policies, I could recognize, but I am not going to put my faith or my finger in ink for human beings who going to disappoint me.
Too much tribalism. Too much tribalism.
I don't want to be a hypocrite and say that, oh, I go in and put my finger to vote for this party or that party. But if push come to squeeze, and I have to go back outside there to save my country, I definitely ain't going to vote for the PNM.
Correct.
When I weigh everything, if I have to make a decision to get back out there and vote, right, with the kind of evil and wickedness that I have seen done by this particular government for the past 9 years, I go back outside there to vote. It wouldn't be for them.
Correct. And I agree with you, Mr. Intellectual. I agree with you 100%. A person who supported the PNM And I ain't just support the PNM with words, you know. I ain't support them with words. If I, Mr. Intellectual, was to go back and vote for the PNM boy, I mean, with the evil and wickedness I seen that they're doing the people, boy, how I could and let me tell you this, I'm very specific, and sometimes people can't deal with this, as a black man in Trinidad, and a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, and seeing what a black prime minister doing to the 70 to 80% of black people that supported him. How could I sit down there and support that boy? How could I do that? I just can't. I can't.
Mr. T, so let me just give a short little story. When I was at the age of 7, my aunt and them took me out on an excursion, and I sat in Chagaramas on the edge of of the road. You know the little curb wall on the road.
Yeah.
It had a little kind of hotel restaurant kind of thing down there at the time. And this guy, a dark Negro fella, came outside, an old guy, very old, watch at me and tell me that, oh, I can't sit down there and eat because that is their space. At that age, I knew about apartheid and all this kind of thing. And I had to ask him a question, right? I say, if you own this piece of road here, from that age, I was conscious about apartheid and all that kind of thing, you know. That'll tell you how long I'm in this kind of thing, right? I say, if you feel that you're going to treat me like one of those African and them in South Africa, think again, you know, mister, because I ain't no slave and you ain't no houseman either. And my aunt and him was watching at me, you can't disrespect people like that. I said, he is an old man telling me that I can sit down on the government road and eat my food. I say, he had to be a madman. And my aunt and him was vexed with me for saying that kind of thing. But I had to show them, watch me. I don't take stupidness from nobody. You know what cloud I get when I was a little child? Asking people why? Yep. You tell me to do something, I ask you why. And you can't give me an answer, I'm not doing it. So when I hear these people and them claiming that they love God so much and they into the freedom and all this kind of thing, and you keeping people in bondage by supporting evil and these kind of thing, them can't be under God. There's some different kind of spirit them thinking. I know Holy Spirit. I sure on that. When Christian people talk, you see a difference. You see nation building. You see the people pointing out saying, why you think Johnny Baptist lost his head? Because he was able to tell the king, hey, watch me. You're not right living with your brother wife. You chop out the head. You're not afraid to tell, you're not afraid to talk truth to power. Anybody who understands the scriptures know that when you hear you're talking truth to power, they're going to target you. They're going to put you down. But if you're for God, your reward is sure. Your thing is to uplift righteousness, not evil. I'll even you guys with that.
Yeah,
they disturbed me Sunday, man. It was going good.
Thanks, Mr. Intellectual.
Have a blessed one.
Okay, yeah. You know, it's something, Tommy, the financial guru, welcome.
Yeah, good day, Professor Rashid and good time. Everybody is now.
What time is it there? What time?
It's a little after 5 a.m. or something.
5 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, 5:40. Yeah,
5:40
in the morning. Yeah. I've been listening, and I really wanted to get in because,
you're in Australia, right? You in
Yes,
Australia?
I'm in Australia. I was in Fiji and I'm in Australia right now.
Okay, all right.
And it's very cold. It's the summer, but it's very cold in the
How
part
much
where I
degrees
am
it is
here.
there now? How much degrees it is there now? How much degrees?
There is like about 13 degrees Celsius. So that is like New York weather.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
know, I know they had a storm when we
Uh,
left.
yeah.
So I don't know. They had snow in New Jersey, right? I
Yeah,
got
yesterday
curious.
that snowball. Yes, I don't go and shovel
That's no right, but
snowball.
I think in New York
Yeah.
itself, it had a little dusting. But anyway, Professor Wilson and Uncle Tommy, I've been listening, and I want to just give me a few, just to highlight some things because having worked, as I said, for many years all over the world in finance, um, the issue, Senator Damian Ryder, and I say, I never vote for the UNC, I never vote for the PNN, okay? Fish not fowl for me. But however, I want to um, congratulate, and I have to say, this is about country first. I've always said that. I live in a Republican area in New York, and I have discourse with a lot of my neighbors who are staunch Trump supporters, staunch Republicans. And we have certain of them I could have a discussion with and tell them, bro, this is about policy. This is not about politicians because politicians could go and they could come and they could tell you things and they could break promises. But I just want to highlight a couple things and just embellish what um, and I have a couple questions for you because you and Uncle Tommy, if you would permit me. But I want to just embellish what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. You're seeing 607 murders as of Friday, and you see Fitzgerald Hanks don't want to pick up the phone. You know, Keith Scotland, he's a very decent person, and I think Fitzgerald Hanks, which I have been calling for years, when he was appointed, should be removed forthwith and be placed in the Ministry of Information. I can say that and you have embellished that what I said, all right, without even having any communication. There are 607 murders. You have, unfortunately, the death of the minister in the Ministry of Education, and you hear the debacle between Marvin Gonzalez and the fire services where they didn't have water, where they don't have. And I want to point out somebody, and I have to give kudos to her, Miss Lima McLeod, who was actually in PEP, who was pointing out from day one. She was a PEP member. She's no longer a PEP member. But I think her husband was in the fire services. And she had been highlighting the issues concerning the fire services. Now you're hearing, I think you put on your videos that the response time, one of the things that the arena or the Tunapuna responded in 11 minutes, which to me, unfortunately, is not good enough. You're hearing the issue with the water, but you're hearing the issue that actually the camera issue that they didn't appear in 11 minutes time. Now, when Miss Lima McLeod was talking about the issues where you don't have enough fire tenders. You have one fire tender in Harima. You have one fire tender in um, in Tunapuna. That is not sufficient. And this is a question of you paying 6 billion plus for the last 10 years for the Ministry of National Security, and you don't have equipment. Then we fast forward to the issue of social security. And I can tell you, I'm an expert in investments and finance of Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. You have this issue where Donna Cox, who unfortunately can't say anything, she puts forward that this clause, $25,000, is nothing. They get $3,500 a month. But the problem is, just like in the national insurance system, the current pension program is under stress. Why? Because the economy has fallen. The National Insurance Board, it's 110,000 people have been expunged over the last 10 years under this Rowley administration. And if you don't understand how this works, the Social Security system, You get contribution income and you get investment income. Right now, investment income, they're dipping into the investment income because there's not enough contributors to the national insurance system. And when they do come back in, they're not coming back in at the higher classes. So what's that is creating? Here's what that is creating. That is creating where they can't pay people enough. So that's why they extend the retirement age to 65. That is where people who actually contributed the 750 contributions or 740, they missing stamps because during that period they were contributing, but they can't get a record of all of these are things that are being designed, Professor Washington, Uncle Tommy, and folks. So we have people who contribute above the 740, but when time to come to collect their national insurance pension, there's not enough money. So what is saying? Stamps missing. So you had to take a grant. Now when we talk about this pension grants, which is people who are 65 and who have a certain threshold of income because it's like a means test, meaning you have to qualify based on your income. Unfortunately, because this Rowley administration is losing so much money, we're hemorrhaging so much money because we don't have enough diversified sources of income. We're only dealing with oil, gas, and petrochemicals, and that is falling. If everybody go and look, Mr. Gordon Joseph, you should go and look and see what the price of oil is and what Mr. Con Inbert for the last 9 out of the 10 years was saying. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, but he doesn't know what he's doing. What do I mean by that, Professor Wall Street? I mean that for the last 9 out of the 10 budgets, Tom Inbert has specifically misaligned the budgeted price of oil and gas. And you know why he's doing that? Because outside of the 2022 Russian-Ukraine war, where oil prices shot up, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy and everyone, here's what happened. By him doing that, always overestimating the price of oil and gas, you know what that causes? When a media review comes, he knows he's going to be off. So that will give him and the Rowley administration the ability to go into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund and withdraw over $17 billion over the last 10 years. So all of these things, when you add up, you see this issue with the Trinma, and I don't know, but how are these things always happening? Is it a lack of maintenance with this rig being fallen and one person might be dead, just like the guys in the oil well, in the pipeline? We've seen all these things. And why is this happening? It's because they don't have enough money. The fact is, Professor Rashid and Uncle Tommy and folks, when you budget in $60 billion almost every year for the last 10 years, and you're doing it through deficit financing because you don't have enough revenue, something will have to give. And it's going to give in 2025 if Gordon and Patricia, I'm sorry to call you guys out because this is about country first, right? As I say, I have fish no fowl in this game, but I have country first. And Gordon, you had to wake up and see, sir, that the fact is, if we are continuing this down this line in 2025, I would dare say, Senator Leiter said that they're at the doorstep of the IMF. I've told you, Professor Wall Street, we have about $5.5 billion in our reserves. Our external debt only is $5.5 billion. It's almost 100%. And if we don't get enough money coming in, all these things, because it's about $32 billion, they can go and check it. Fact check me. So $32 billion out of that 50 or 55 billion goes in transfers, salaries, and pensions. So that is why Mr. Anthony, what's his name? The Attorney General, they say Lima or whatever. You understand? That is why he could come and say what he said. That was a mistake because they have to cut. And in 2025, if we don't wake up, we will be in trouble.
Thanks a lot.
It can't go on with the PNM and the Rowley administration, with all due respect.
Thank
you. But here's my question I want to ask you, because they didn't substantively answer it on Tuesday, Professor Rashid and Uncle Tommy. the issue here is everybody cussing the PNM. Everybody's upset. But everybody's upset. But there are people, and I'm sorry, who will, despite all of that, will go back and dip back to the PNM. And my concern is this. You have the NTA, you have the COP, and you have the HOPE alignment. You have the PEP and the other parties, the workers' unions and so on, applying the UNC. However, I made this concern. You played a video where Professor Wall Street, Mrs.
All right,
is saying,
you leave it there, Richard. Leave it there. We go on side. We go on side.
I want you to answer that question for me.
All right.
What do you think they should do? Because I'll leave you with this. My concern is PNM can still win in Tobago and still win in Trinidad. What should they do with that UNC NTA coalition?
Okay.
Have a good day.
Cool. Yeah, bless. All right. So Tommy, in my estimation, Tommy, that I believe that the best thing is that the small parties join up with the UNC and form a coalition. So it basically will be the PNM versus the UNC.
I feel that's the only surefire thing to make sure that the PNM doesn't go back into office. Because with the splintering, they're going to open the door right there for the PNM.
Yeah. So, and I think at the end of the day, the NTA and the UNC are going to come together. I want to believe that because, it is okay for a smaller party to go alone, but for a fact,
it's a waste of time.
They can't win. People may not like to hear that, but it's the truth. If you go it alone in 2025, right? It's a two-horse race, It's PNM UNC. Simple, right? However, if you form a coalition with the UNC, the chances of getting rid of the PNM is much better and much greater than if you go it by yourself. But folks, we're gonna go for a quick break. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. And Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. We're gonna go for a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
It raises a question, ladies and gentlemen. If they cannot speak the truth in small things, imagine what they will do in big things.
I want to send a message to Black Stalin. It have some people that need burning. With honest people, you know where you stand. But not so with deceitful ones. For them, black is white and last could be first. About the truth, they couldn't care less. What was wrong for them yesterday, now 10 times worse, they have nothing to say. For everything they was complaining, now their silence is deafening. So Black Stalin, now to you I turn. Them deceitful people must burn. Rowley shut down Petrotrin, they say not a word. Fire to burn them. No foreign exchange, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. In 6 times he raised the gas price. When we was producing it, they had it nice. But his protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC did do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Then time to burn them deceitful men and women. What is right and wrong is wrong, whether it is spoken or put in song. Those who fear the truth, them hypocrite, will always hate the people who speak in it. There's 5 and 6 murders every day, with bullets and bloodshed everywhere. People are living in gripping fear, while the police tell you to pray. And the only reason you're still alive is nobody ready to take your life. For the right price, you could be history. That is where crime reaches sweet and clean. Now is arm home invasion from them, not our word. Fire to burn them. Daily drive-by killings, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. People charged with murder could escape jail, cause under the PNM they will get bail. But it's protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC they do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them. Them set a deceitful PNM. People losing jobs every day, while there's more taxes we have to pay. But all them snake in the Balize, not one word you would hear them say. And food prices going up daily, you can't buy food for your family, while government live in luxury. Inflation strangling everybody. And for the sick and the elderly, they can't buy drugs in the pharmacy. But there's none so blind, the Bible tell me, than those who have eyes and refuse to see. Now it's property tax, they're very quiet. Fire to burn them. Increase light bill, they're very silent. Fire to burn them. Them but boasting how they quiet, because SP and them they wouldn't riot. But it's protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC they do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them, time to burn out the PNM. They did not listen to Patrick Manning. Now the country is suffering. It's arrogance and incompetence, corruption and nepotism. Ministers get millions for government rent, while workers only getting 4%. Contract for their friends to get richer, while poor people have to suffer. 100 million in fake oil scandal, while there's no beds in the hospital. Mr. Manning advice, they did not take. Now we bread that the devil did. Now it's corporate manslaughter from them, not a word. Fire to burn them. And those who are guilty still on the job. Fire to burn them. Oil and gas production is at all-time low. The Minister of Energy don't have a clue, but this protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC they do that, Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait, we cannot wait, we cannot wait, brother. Stalin, time to burn them. Time to fire the PLM. Remember, people who can't face the truth will always hate the people who speak it. Them a hypocrite, that hypocrite.
And of course, we are back at you at Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. Remember, text and voice notes are welcome. These are WhatsApp numbers. Don't forget to share the live, please.
Thank you, Tommy. COP, welcome. COP. COP.
Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Kunji.
Wall Street is amazing to see what you're calling. The ministers and them and not answering. It's amazing. And when you call the opposition side and them, they answer the phone. But I want to tell the government ministers and them that not answering the phone and them. This Christmas time over here, all kind of cocktail party. All eating and all drinking. All having a merry time. This Christmas time over here. The public care get in contact with all the care, ask all the questions. Why is taxpayers' money? Why taxpayers' money? Only having cocktail. The young lady that had in the fire over there, she was coming from Keith Rowley. That night she come from Keith Rowley cocktail party, Now over the morning, So all of them having nice cocktail party. And the general public here get in contact with them. Ask yourself if it's right. Why is people can't even make grocery for this Christmas? They enjoying all yourself. How the Attorney General, Wall Street, how the Attorney General could say he didn't see that part of the bill because he was out of the country. They didn't have no other acting Attorney General. They leave the country without an Attorney General. When the media asked the Prime Minister about it, the Prime Minister said he wasn't in the country.
Yeah.
They didn't have an acting Prime Minister. They leave our country, they abandon our country without an acting Attorney General and out an acting Prime Minister, Wall Street.
No, it had actors. They had actors.
Attorney General telling the citizens of this country. And they're not getting tired yet.
Kunji, you know it had actors.
Wall Street?
Yeah. Tommy said, you know, it had actors. There was actors. They had acting people. I think, yeah. I think Camille Regis Robinson and
Young.
They're not supposed to be telling us that. They're supposed to, we could clearly see the line. The media, them not asking these people them the right questions. Wall Street, because the first thing I will ask him, Mr. Attorney General, the Prime Minister, take you from our next country, bring you in our country and make you Attorney General. You're not working on behalf of the citizens of this country. You're working on behalf of the PNM. I know you want to go. I know you want to go on that collapse rig. I will talk when you reach on that collapse rig, Wall Street.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah. So, folks, I want to play this for you guys. This is the former Minister of Energy talking about helping Minister Stuart Young with understanding what goodwill means. Because sometimes, some of us, we have to stay in our lane. We always talk about staying in your lane. So take a listen.
Goodwill exists because it is understood that what is book value and what is actual value derived from an opinion of future cash flow will always differ, right? Anytime you make a decision to buy something, it is a subjective decision based on what your anticipation of future conditions would be. And those things change with time, right? And we did, as I said, there's no way anybody in the NGC back in 2013 could have envisaged a Trinidad and Tobago where gas production was 2.5 and falling, because it's going to fall in 2025, it's going to fall in 2026, it's going to fall in 2027, and it's going to get some relief in 2028.
Tommy, so we had to figure out now if Stuart Young is telling the truth, every former Minister of Energy is telling the truth. And I want to believe from the amount of misleading information that have come out from this PNM government, I will believe the former Minister of Energy. That is my opinion. I will believe the former Minister of Energy. Yeah? Let me continue.
By this Manatee project, right? But this is where we are, and I am here now in 2024, having to come now and go back in time to 2012 and find documents and go and read documents from 2012. Well, I mean, how far again does Minister Young intend to moonwalk? As I said, does he intend to go back to the late 1960s when Pan American Trinidad Oil was drilling on the East Coast and blamed them for the quality of natural gas that they found, which wasn't wet enough?
Them fellas and them. For me, I don't understand something. 10 years later, but you still going back to 2010 to 2015. 10 years later, right? I don't get that. Let me continue to listen.
And I would say that, I'm very happy that he has raised this issue, because it has now opened a door that allows for a wider and broader discussion about the performance of the energy sector under their 3,392, soon to be 3,500, because we're going to cross into 2025, and there will be an election in 2025, as is constitutionally due. However, let's go back to this allegation that it is a decision about the acquisition of ConocoPhillips' shares in Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, and this whole issue of goodwill. Because financial accounting is something which is a great mystery to many people, but it's not a mystery to me, because I have spent a lot of my professional life trying to understand the vagaries of financial accounting and speaking to chartered accountants and so on in the last 24 hours. They were all having a very good laugh about these statements by the minister, because this concept of goodwill is something which is par for the course, is something which all global companies, all international companies have goodwill. That's why it exists as an accounting feature in financial accounting. So they have that's the end of Atlas Methanol. Talk about that. We could talk about the refinery. That refinery should be the subject of about 10 shows like this. Again, there was a misunderstanding of accounting, and I come back to the fact that there is a misunderstanding of financial accounting. I recommend Minister Young get a book by a gentleman called Frank Wood. It's a basic accounting text. You could get it in RIK or in Mohammed's Booksellers, anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago. The author is called Frank Wood. And people who have studied accountancy, they would know that name, Frank Wood. He is one of the gurus of accounting. So yeah, he could get that book and study, and then of course ACCA's website is replete, or if he wants, he could talk to many chartered accountants. I don't know if there's a chartered accountant in the cabinet, but there's certainly many chartered accountants around Trinidad. Some of them are retired and they have time, and they may want to give him a few tips and so on. But goodwill is par for the course in international business. It's par for the course in financial accounting, right? And the question then this morning is, why was the goodwill related to that acquisition in 2013 impaired in 2023 and not in 2020, 2021 and 2014?
You made a statement in respect to it was this government's a policy and decision making that has led to such a decline. Could you kindly elaborate? What policies are you referring to?
Yeah, thousands of people in Trinidad and Tobago with ACCA. A company must recognize a goodwill impairment loss when the carrying value of the goodwill on its balance sheet is greater than the recoverable amount, which means that if the goodwill on your balance sheet is 100 and the recoverable amount is 80, then there is an impairment, right? Commensurate to that differential between the carrying value and the recoverable amount. Why did the underlying asset, which is Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, require, as a result of the impairment test, I see this is when we strip aside the nonsensical politics and we get into the technicalities of accounting and finance and so on. Why was the asset impaired?
10 times stronger than the blue pill. Place this under your tongue to raise.
Tommy, I went over that explanation, and if Mr. Stuart Young didn't understand it, I could send that to him for him to get a better understanding of what he may not have understood. What is goodwill? And there's the thing, Tommy. You remember, think about this, right, Tommy? We had a man who was Minister of National Security, and he went over to Ministry of Energy, right? So, goodwill, he mightn't, well, if he's a learned person, he could go and do some research and figure out what is the meaning of goodwill. Yeah, but sometimes them fellas and them.
What is his discipline?
Yeah. Discipline.
What is it? What is his discipline?
Oh, he's an attorney. I'm not sure what type of attorney, but I know he's an attorney. I don't know what type of attorney, what is his specialty, but I know he's an attorney. Miss Atlanta, welcome. Happy Sunday. Hello, Miss Atlanta. Miss Atlanta, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How are you?
Fine. Are you hearing me? I'm not hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah.
I would like you to know. Today, especially, I think it's the eve of Christmas Eve. I don't know. But today, note the average Trinidadian goodwill is the hampers that they are going to get, who got already, who trying to get. They're hampers, right?
Yeah.
What the various ministries and thinking. What you are putting on your program, I guarantee you, Trinidadians are not even thinking about that, the average Trinidadian. Remember, it's the curtains, the food they have in the house, the cleaning, the paint, the this. I know. It is a natural fact, right? And all what you are speaking about, what Stuart Young did, what this, it matters not to the average Trinidadian, especially at this point in time. Their goodwill is a handout. Everybody is doggy look about, or they've seen about the own thing. Okay? Take what I'm telling you.
Well, Miss Atlanta,
right?
Miss Atlanta, you think that's the way Patty feel? You think that's the way Gordon Joseph feel? You think that's the way P&M Fox feel? You think that's the way they feel?
I mean, yes.
Wait. Miss
yeah.
Atlanta, wait. You saying you think that's the way they feel? Really?
About what?
No, but what you just said, them ain't worrying about all these things, them just worrying about curtain in their house.
Listen to me. Don't take words of, did I say they're worried? I said, the only thing on their mind, they might have other things that you said worry about, I don't know, it might be at the back of the head. But at the point in time, I am telling you, if you land in Trinidad, you and Tommy land today, and all your friends come to meet you, and you go all by your friends, all the friends you know, all the friends you know, and everybody Trinidadian. You can't tell me you will see a weeping a person who's thinking about that. The fridge will be open, the curtains will be hanging, whatever it is. That is the Trinidad mode. And after that, the costume is also being ready for carnival. We are a carnival mentality people, whether you like it or not, and everybody that is so. Take what I'm telling you in some way or the other. So all what you're saying and things you put in there and description, which is, intellectual this and intellectual that. Who studies intellectual when they have to study to put on the clothes and run on and get a hamper? Or buy the varnish that they forgot to buy, right? Or, because I know, right? I'm even seeing it by people who I text to in the middle of this music blasting and they're preparing. And that's the mentality of the people. You cannot blame them. That's the mentality. This nation is not in any crisis or anything. A crisis, you would not have Christmas. You, after all your callers, you and all, Merry Christmas. Merry what Christmas? If we were a country, a thinking country, or thought about anything like what you're saying, it wouldn't be having Christmas. There wouldn't be carnival, you know why? Because everybody would have been pulling down that man, as you said, the people who lying and this and that in the government. Okay? So everything is nice, everything is going good. Wall Street. I can't understand what you're talking about, you know. Everything is okay. The lies you're talking about that man said, Wall Street, the Attorney General, is it any different from the other lies? Is it any different from we not closing down Petrotrend? So why people making a fuss now? I can't understand that Wall Street. Probably you can tell me, you can explain to me. Why must I worry about what they're lying about now? When they have always lied and it was taken and it was accepted, right? Because you might come and talk from now to tomorrow, you're pulling out your hand tomorrow.
But
Right?
Miss,
You could talk from now
but Miss
because
Atlanta,
we are.
Miss Atlanta, you know, I hear you, but
Mhm.
sometimes if you could change the mind of one person for them to think critical, that's success.
If you could change the mind.
Yes, of one person for them to think critical, that's success.
Mhm.
Changing the minds of thousands and thousands of people all at one time, I mean, that will take time. But if it's one
I
person
understand.
who
I
this,
understand, Wall Street. We're not talking about changing the minds. I'm gonna tell you, we are not critical thinkers. Period. So even if you may change minds, yes, every time you talk, somebody mind might be changed. You might think a different way. Nobody not disputing that. Nobody not disputing that. And all along the line, there are people who think, thought, or do what they had to do in their own way. I am talking about en masse. I'm talking about a people. I'm talking. That's in your DNA. That's how you think.
but Miss
You
Atlanta,
know, so I'm not saying you're not changing the people's mind, you know. I am not saying that.
but Miss,
Changing people to think, you know, a certain way.
yeah, but Miss
But
Atlanta,
while they are thinking a certain way, they
go ahead.
also think their way.
If you change one person
Mhm.
and that one
Mhm.
person changes another person and that one person changes another person and so on and
Yes,
so on and
that's
so
good.
on,
Mhm.
that's the way
And
it
it will take a
happens.
sense.
Right. I am not trying to change. We are not trying to change the massive as one time, We are trying to change individuals who they can then change other individuals to see that. Just to see that. To think critical and see where the country is going. And by seeing where the country is going, you have to see who is responsible for having us in this position.
I agree with you, Wall Street. I said what you are saying now is changing somebody's mind. Try and remember, think of what I'm saying yourself. I am not saying everybody has the same mind and they don't think. I just said en masse as a people, right? There will always be people who mind you, even you change. You change a lot of people's minds and nobody is disputing that. I am saying en masse for a nation to rise, for a nation to put down the foot and, you know, for a nation to do what it has to do, not tomorrow, not to listen to talk and go and put in the ham in the oven, not to listen to talk and go in Royal Castle and eat. That is not the point. The point is en masse, like what happened in our time. You think, and they say, what? And as a whole, you say no. And you put down the country has to do it, right? The country does it. So I'm not saying you don't change minds, you know, or people minds when you change by your thing, but I'm just saying let the people enjoying the Christmas and they will enjoy the carnival. For me to think that the country is thinking we won't have no Christmas and no carnival, okay? At this point in time.
Thank you.
Nobody will be studying Christmas, nobody, because we have liars, as you say, right? All the way you stress about what Stuart Young did, about it matters not the ham is in the oven. It matters not. I mean, it might matter for one day and grumble, the next day, you know, another topic. You know, so that is Trinidadian. You know, I see how you're talking and you're trying to, but not at this time.
Thank you.
I'm telling you.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
just had the fire. What? And everybody forget? And everybody forget Lisa and the Odi this and Odi that. What are you talking about? Something else. It always has something else. We are a 9 days wonder people,
Thank you, Miss Atlanta.
right? It just happened for today and that's it. You forget and you move on to the next thing.
Thank you very much.
And by the way, Wall Street, that rig
Yeah.
that collapsed. Did you find out anything more about it?
No,
I just did not know.
just one person. I think one person died.
No, whose rig? Is it our rig? Or is it?
It is the minister of energy says it's a privately owned rig. That's what he
it's
said. But
private.
other than that, I don't have any other information on that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, but
All
you know
right.
me not going to say no happy Christmas or happy New Year and things like that. I just hope that everything goes well with you and your folks. And also, Tommy, I forget to add. Oh, sorry, I forget Tommy was there. He's always so quiet. Yes, as
Okay.
I wish you every day, and as Tommy wish every day, good tidings.
Thank you very much.
Same to you, Miss Atlanta.
You know, I want to read two quotes from Martin Luther King. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Let me repeat that. All right, we go get that quote after you come back. Brooklyn, welcome.
Hey, good night, Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Yeah.
And the viewers and listeners. I saying good night, good day. Studying Gordon Joseph, talking okay. I know the time of the day when you listen to Gordon Joseph, he doesn't even know what time of the day it is because the amount of nonsense that man is talking. Now, Gordon Joseph,
oh God,
support the PNM, and I shocked to hear Gordon Joseph tell you after the PNM said that they're gonna take away old people pension, and he's in his 60s, so he's gonna be collecting that same pension, and he's gonna vote for a government that is gonna take away that pension from him, and he proud to say that yes, he go vote for PNM again. Wall Street, you see Revelation 12, chapter 9. I'm no Bible man, but I believe it's Revelation 12, chapter 9. Very short chapter there. If you could just pull it up real quick and read it for Gordon Joseph.
All right, hold on. Wait,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, you sure that is what it is?
Yeah, it's Revelation 12, chapter 9.
All right, hold on. Let me get that. Revelations 12, chapter 9. You will read that for let me see. Revelations 12, 9. We're going all on a sudden. Let's talk politics going into the Bible now. It's Bible pompous now. Brooklyn, you sure that is what it is? Yeah, what it says. Revelation 12:9 describes a significant event. The verse states, you sure that is it, Brooklyn? The great dragon was hurled down.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, the great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth and his angels with him. This passage symbolizes the defeat and expulsion of Satan and his followers from heaven, emphasizing their role in deceiving humanity. Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, you understand that, right?
Oh God. Brooklyn.
Understand that, right?
Brooklyn, no. Brooklyn, you saying that for Gordon Joseph?
For Gordon Joseph.
Oh God.
Because he's an angel of Rowley, Lucifer, the devil that was
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Brooklyn.
You know what I'm saying?
Brooklyn, no, he are good in him. He are good in him.
When Gordon Joseph, Wall Street, I tell you, he's not like everybody else, you know. You see, when you say you're going to take away the breath from old people's mouth after they work, sweat, and the blood shed, the blood, people get their hand chopped off working. It have people with fingers gone. It have people on 1 foot. Wall Street, no evil could be more evil than that. For a man to say, if you have $25,000 in the bank, he's not giving you nothing. Wall Street, when people support that, you see that chapter, I tell you to read it. When they tell you that the devil was cast into hell is a lie.
You hear what the chapter telling the devil was cast onto the earth. Where are we, Wall Street? On earth. Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, wickedness is on earth, not in hell. Have a good day.
Tommy, Brooklyn no scripture, you know.
Wow.
What? Eh?
Wow.
Wow.
That's what
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Brooklyn boy. Oh God, Brooklyn boy. Oh no, Miss Atlanta get vexed from that scripture, boy. She calling back there. Miss Atlanta, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. Wall Street. I did not know, I don't know the Bible, but I'm glad to hear. I mean, I was shocked to hear that part. Because why would they heard who heard the angel? He was an angel in heaven. And if he is not good enough for heaven, why is he good enough for earth? Who hurled that angel, that bad angel, down to earth? Who did that?
Miss Atlanta, you
Wall Street, you know?
you are no Miss Atlanta, I just read it. Tommy, you know? I just read it, you know.
Well, they must read and understand. You said.
Well, no, I understand it. I understand it, but I
no, but who hurled? Who you think would hurl the bad angel that is in heaven to earth?
That'd be
so
God.
If it ain't good for heaven, which is a heavenly place and could pacify whatever, you will throw it to earth.
He was here, he was
Wall
hurled
Street.
to earth and his angels with him. The only person that can hurl him down has to be God.
Thank you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I heard, I read once that the white man's heaven is the poor man's hell.
Right.
Right? And then you come and read this out to me. It leaves me to wonder. I don't know. Remember, I'm not biblical. I'm not Bible trained. Right? But was shocked to hear that what you said, that the devil was once an angel. Number one, he was once an angel in heaven, but how he reached heaven in any case? If he's so bad.
I don't know, maybe
you have to give us a little. We
maybe
have to get some scripture lessons. I
Yeah.
just don't know.
yeah, but maybe we might have a pastor listening to us and they could call on
What is that? What?
maybe we might have a pastor listening to us and they could call and give us an explanation.
But how you know if the pastor who you be listening is not one of the pastors to be heard? I mean, who in heaven?
Well,
because remember, the devil was once in heaven.
Well, maybe
That's what I say, because
Miss Atlanta, maybe I could put my wife on the spot. Maybe she can call and explain to us. Oh, you know what? Maybe one of my sister-in-law and them listening because them know the Bible way better than me. Them could call and give us an explanation.
If you could get,
Yeah.
if you could get an answer to who flung him and why down to earth, because he
Yeah.
ain't good enough for heaven, you know.
Right.
Yeah, well,
That's a
thanks
good
lot.
point. Yeah. So, folks, we're looking for someone who understand this verse. Brooklyn boy, you open a kind of worms there, boy. Way, Tommy, I don't know. Brooklyn know a little Bible like that, you know.
He knows more than a little.
Yeah, boy, you know a little something, boy. You could, Tommy, you could tell he grew up and he learned a little something when he grows growing up. You learn something.
Yeah.
They ain't just teach him how to cook. You learn a little something. You know, I want to talk to RJ. I see RJ comments and I pass a few of them. Let me go back to RJ comments. RJ says, gentlemen, good afternoon. Let's be honest. Who in their right mind will vote for that pickup side? We speak about running a country. The sensible people will not vote for the UNC. RJ, you know, I saw your comments on them, eh? And you know, sometimes you just make all the comments. So, you know, I mean, RJ, you have to think for yourself sometime, you know. You can't just regurgitate what you hear. That's why we tell you we want people to think critically. Tell me, what do you mean, RJ, by a pickup side? Explain to us. And you know what? Call 973-868-1444. Don't pay it in each other. We have to call 973-868-1444 on WhatsApp and explain to the people out there what you mean by a pickup side. Right? Tommy, you know, let us make these, let us hear these things and they'll be regurgitating what they hear. So I want to hear from him what he understands a pickup side to be. RJ, the clock is on you. And we go clear the lines just for you. Yo, Capitan say Pastor Google. Folks, we're looking for someone. I feel Mr. Intellectual could do that doing.
I feel so too.
Yeah, I feel so. Walls Sang say, Walls, why don't call Pastor Google and ask him? you know? Yeah. Yeah, RJ again. You guys can preach scripture verse, the UNC is finished. RJ, I'm waiting for the phone and we clear the phone for you, eh? We ain't taking no calls until RJ call. Oh God. Patricia Hutchison said, well said, Brooklyn. That's very true. God, all you call out. Why did us call out Gordon Joseph so well? Virginia, the premium brainwashing didn't start in the church Wall Street. Okay. Gordon Maloney said, that's his explanation, Brooklyn. Go back and read the whole book, please. But the man called a verse. Patty says, call KBB now. Let's hear the interview. Patty, you have something coming for you soon, eh? Stay tuned, you know. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Next thing, all you go say is AI again. Oh God. Okay. Tell me one thing KR did to benefit this country. Who's KR? Who's KR?
Prime Minister.
Tell me one thing KR did to benefit this country. Patty, can you explain? I don't understand what you mean.
She's talking about the PM.
Tell me one thing he did to benefit the country. But so she don't know?
She wants to be told.
Or she wants to be told? All right. Ask Gordon Joseph or ask PNM Fox. I notice Banmea, SMS Atlanta don't get it. It is the media and media controlling TT. Does she think it's a coincidence there are 13 Indian radio stations and not one African stations in TNT? Banmea, sometimes I just think Banmea don't in a hole somewhere, you know, Tommy. Serious.
Wow.
I just feel you're in a hole and it have a manhole cover, and that manhole cover is pure red.
So who control the street?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You have to be in a hole somewhere. And that hole had to be like a PNM hole. Banmea, Banmea, who owns 91.9?
And who owns WAC?
Who owns WAC? We them fellas just get Banmea, you think this is like program with the pastor with the internet search engine, and you think like the Titans of the Marquis and the radio the show with Mr. Rooster and that young lady, whoever she name is, before they take them off the radio. You think it's that? Eh? Come on, Banmea, man. Come on. I know even Patty wouldn't have said that. Neither Gordon Joseph. Them wouldn't have said that. The whole idea is to control the mind of the people. Got to run. You run. He pop misinformation and run. That is what you're doing, Tommy.
Hit and run.
Yeah. You had to run. What did he say? What? I just says what? What is a pickup side? Banmea, RJ, I really don't know what. I don't know. RJ, what are you talking about? Sometimes this PNM does write things in code, you know, Tommy. Tommy, you did coding. Did you do coding?
Yes.
Can you decode what RJ? Can you decode what RJ said? I don't know. What do you mean?
I don't know. It's not assembly.
I
It's
don't.
not. It's nothing that I know.
Yeah. Volsang, you're right, you know. Nah. We had to respond to him. We had to respond to everybody. But he ain't go call. He can't. Them can't call. I give. What? KP. Look at next one.
KP's Kenny Phillip.
Is that one he talking about? Or Kamala Prasad Besessa? Which one?
No. And they're asking about the radio station. One.
Tommy, I tell you, that's why I tell you, I didn't do coding. I can't figure out what them fellas and them mean. I had to ask. I ain't trying to figure out what they mean. I had to ask them what they mean. Now, Kevin Ramnarayan. Oh, God. You know, what is that one? Tommy, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. No. Patty says, tell me one thing Kara did to benefit the country. That's Kevin Ramnarayan. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to call Ken, but I have to ask. I actually was going to raise this question to Mr. Wall Street and folks. This issue of, I just want to break it down very simple. First of all, I want to point out, I respect Mr. Atlanta, but I disagree. Good men, bad things happen when good men do nothing. And that's why you are doing this show, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. So despite whatever people say, it's one person has to change, try to influence others. So by the time 2025 comes around, we know what we have to do. We know the mission. Unfortunately, the Rowley administration has to go. But let me start with the issue of this goodwill issue. I want to break it down very simply. Goodwill is a financial accounting transaction. Meaning, and I want to break it very simple. If you bought a car in 10 years ago for $20,000, and the car, according to you, that's what you paid for it. You have expend cash. So you get the vehicle, which is on the accountant side, it's a debit because it's an asset, and you have paid out money, which is basically like a liability. However, at the time you purchased that vehicle, you thought it was worth $20,000. Let's say a year down the road, you find out that the car is worth actually even with depreciation, meaning the car will go down in value a bit. It was actually worth at the time $15,000. That transaction has already taken place on your books. And in a firm, any firm, it's about free cash flow. Now, 10 years down the road, you did not recognize that $5,000, meaning the actual book value, the real value of the car was 15, but you paid 20 for it. You overpay for the car, but you never recognize it in the books. So now, 10 years down the road, you come and you say, Professor Wall Street, you have a little business. Uncle Tommy, you have to recognize that 5,000. That transaction is now being recognized as a book transaction, so it's book value. So it's not going to add or detract or do anything because that $1.3 billion that's still there that he doesn't understand, and it seems like a lot of people in the Rowley administration doesn't understand, is a book or accounting transaction. It does not impact the value. If National Gas, Professor Rashid and Uncle Tommy, was being sold, that $5,000, I dare say, that $1.3 billion would have no value. Why? Because at the end of the day, It is the free cash flow that values a company. And I know what I say.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Thanks. Thank you. Tommy.
Yep.
Read that on the on the screen there for me, please.
Tell me one thing that cared to benefit this country.
And then she told us that I didn't know who KR was. I thought it was Keith Rowley.
Kevin
Right?
Ram-
And then Patty, all it does make things too easy for people, you know. All your PNM people that make things too easy, you know, to constantly prove my point, you know, Tommy. Kevin Ramnarayan, right? Patty, listen to this, Patty. Listen to this. Patty, all you think you all of us could go on the Mugabe station with the pastor with the internet search engine name. And anyway, let me give you this, Patty. One notable achievement of Kevin Ramnarayan during his tenure as Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs in Trinidad and Tobago. Listen carefully, Patty. No, Patty, put on that glass. Put it on. Put on the glass. Take out the left red earplugs. No, Patty. Do not put in your red sun, your contact lenses. So, all right, you're taking it out? Okay. Take out the red left tutu. Take out your tutu. All right, take it out of me. Here we go. Let me repeat this. One notable, and only one, Patty one, you have to one, so you're getting one. One notable achievement of Kevin Ramnarayan during his tenure as Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs in Trinidad and Tobago was his role in significantly, listen, Patty, his role in significantly boosting foreign direct investment. That is FDI, foreign direct investment. Patty, you see the problem we have in Trinidad and Tobago today for foreign direct investment, Forex? Kevin Ramnarayan. Listen, and I'm finished. Was his role in significantly boosting foreign direct investment in the country energy sector. Under his leadership, the government provided incentive that led to the signing of 9 deepwater production sharing contracts with BHP Billington and its partners. The initiative resulted in a substantial increase in petroleum-related foreign direct investment from 501 million in 2010 to 1.9 billion in 2014. Patty, take that and put it in your P&M pipe and smoke it. All it does just, you know, you ask for one, you get one. Because you know why, Tommy? You know why she asked for that? Tommy, why do you think she asked that question?
You trying to rubbish him to say he don't know what he's talking about.
Correct. That's exactly right. Yeah? That's exactly right. You're trying to rubbish it, but no, Patty, you're not. Patty, I tell all, you know.
You know, it's just the biggest problem in Trinidad is tribalism, you know.
Tribalism.
Trinidad is hurting badly because of tribalism.
Yep. And when and we say, listen, people don't talk, oh God, them does only had this and them. We don't concern about that.
We have come to the United States where we have learned differently, that it don't matter what color, what creed, what class, as long as you produce.
Hold on. Go ahead, Tommy. Tommy, go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, Tommy.
We've learned in the United States, it don't matter what you look like, as long as you produce and you are forward. That's all we need. We need just to move forward, to profit.
And Tommy, we have always said that we are here to educate the masses, not to give you misleading information. So whenever you come with something, I'm telling you guys, you gotta come good. You ask a question, we'll try to answer your question. Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon again.
Yeah,
I
man.
asked for the calling. Well, let me just respond to what Uncle Tommy just said. There can be positives in tribalism, if they are forward thinking and progressive, and they're looking for excellence, right? But if tribalism is just to keep you in a quagmire of segregation and non-productivity, is a waste of time. Like Uncle Tommy said, it doesn't matter what you look like, color, skin, or texture, hair, or whatever. Is your ability to produce. And if you're able to produce and to create something, then fine. Yeah, the thing that they asked was asking about the serpent and why he was allowed to have his dominion on the earth. Is because in the inception when they threw him out and he assumed authority on the earth, is because he deceived Eve and Adam fell because of Eve's sin or Eve's transgression. Adam sinned willfully and gave up his authority. Hence the reason why he was allowed to maintain or to be allowed to reign upon the earth. The Bible said that Jesus came to take back the kingdom, to reestablish the kingdom of God on the earth, because the prince of this world, which is the devil, had had his reign came to an end when Jesus paid the ultimate price. But it's only when Jesus returns, then this this thing would be culminated into the new kingdom. So it's no shock to me that somebody would relate to this text and put Mr. Maloney in the same vein. You understand? Because Satan does rule, and most of the time people say that they're worshiping God, but it's really Satan they're following. Because all the attributes of Satan, right? Lies, hypocrisy, all that kind of thing, and support for evil and these kind of thing, is satanic. And you could see his rule upon the face of the earth. Anytime you see righteousness start to exalt itself, right? You'll see people trying to fight it down. But that will only continue until the Christ come. When the Christ come, then he will put an end to all of that. The sacrifice has already been made. He's doing a final work in heaven. And when he returns to execute his judgment, he will get rid of the evil that is upon the face of the earth. So what we have to do now is to continue to exalt righteousness and stand up, speak truth to power, which is to exalt righteousness and to bring down the evil. But the evil, as it exists at this present time, it kind of supersedes the righteousness. So anytime I hear people talking about God and they exalting evil and lies and deception and all this kind of thing, you could identify them. It's easy to do it. Once you recognize the word and what the word says, and you're able to keep it within, then you could be able to differentiate truth from error.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Intellectual.
What a simple thing such as law, right? A simple thing as the Ten Commandments, as a guideline to keep you straight on the straight and narrow. And these fellas are going to tell you that all that done away with. Right? There are no more law. If it are no more law, it can't have justice. It can't have righteousness. Anybody could do what they want. That's the reason why these fellas are going to talk without they talking and do the things that they are doing and support the kind of evil that is happening around. That's why the world is the way it is today.
Thank you,
So the guy who quoted the scripture know what he talking about.
I had to give him real credit, but I mean no book with no scripture. So thank you very much, Mr. Intellectual.
Bless one, man.
Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Atlanta. Miss Atlanta. Hello. Hello.
Thank you all. Yes, well, so you got the answer.
Yeah, Mr. Intellectual just answered it.
Huh?
But you had to be listening. You wasn't listening?
Well, I didn't get it. Did you get the answer?
Yeah, he just answered us.
What you took from that answer? What you could you explain it to me?
No, I
please?
can't explain it to you.
Okay, so you can't say who threw down the
No, it was God. We were under the we understood that it came from God.
but what was the explanation he gave?
Mr. Land, I can't regurgitate that whole explanation they
So
feel.
you did not understand it too. I think it's that.
No, listen to this. We go have him call back. You him call back again. I thought he was listening. Because I didn't know and I called for somebody to explain it.
But I thought you were listening because I did not understand him. But I did not understand. He started to talk when he was on earth. When he already on earth, I understand.
All right, listen to this. Hang up, listen. Let me just do some voice notes and then I'm gonna have him call back and listen to the explanation.
All right.
Okay? All right, yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
It's almost the top of the hour.
Yeah, hold up. Now, let me see if I get a few voice notes here before we go. Hold on.
You see why it's to ignore your bloody questions? Eh? You see why? You see why them people and them you're calling and they're not answering the phone? Because boy, you have this twist and turn based on your mudslinging, your stone pelting, your hate for Rowley, your hate for PNM, your hate for red. You are nothing red in your house and you are nothing black in your house. You see why? You see? I never indicated that I like how things going or I comfortable with it. I don't. I'm extremely disappointed that the government not getting the kind of support that they're supposed to get. For the people's sake, not for the government, for the people's sake. Because when a good bill come to parliament that could help with crime and they don't get the support, you can't blame the people for that. You can't blame the people for that. The people who in parliament had the support. Oh gosh, but anything you say, I realize with the haters and them, with those who don't matter what at all costs, they want the government out and they want UNC in. Don't matter what you say, no matter what you sing, no matter what you whistle, no matter what you clap, they will come up with something. They will come up with something. And that ain't too bad, eh? But the 6.5, they're going along. Why? Fish. Fish. Finish the rest for a minute. Listen to this, Bookie. Then the sea gave up its dead. Death and the world of the dead also gave up the dead they held, and all were judged according to what they had done. All, not them in red alone or yellow alone. All were judged. Then death and the world of the dead were thrown into the lake of fire. This lake of fire is the second death. Whosoever did not have his name or her name written in the book of the living was thrown into the lake of fire. Revelation chapter 20, read from verse 13. You say nothing about earth there. Okay? So you have to be in context when you're quoting, else you could end up misleading the who don't know better.
On our Sunday, we're going to church on Sunday here and Sunday talk. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back to you. Hey, Mr. Intellectual, call back quick and explain what you explained just now there for Mr. Atlanta. Call back quick. See if we could do it in 2 minutes or less. Folks, send your closing quotes, comments, put your closing quotes in the chat, send your closing voice notes. All right, look, Brooklyn calling. All right, let me take this one. Yeah, Brooklyn. All you come to go to church this morning, you know. Yeah, Brooklyn.
What she tell Uncle Tommy, if you listen again. What she tell Uncle Tommy?
Yeah.
You see how Kamala Prasad Bissessa came and saw the problem with the lady with the baby teeth in milk and decided the next day that she's gonna bring a baby milk grant that mother shouldn't have to steal milk to feed the child anymore.
Yeah.
That was a godly act, an act of goodness, right?
Right.
You see, when Kid Christopher Rowley decided he would take away food from old people's mouth and take away the pension,
Yeah.
that was a helpful act, a devilly act, right?
Mm.
And it goes to show Gordon Joseph that a lot of people just read things but don't understand it. They may read it and don't understand it. Because what he coming to tell you there, it make a difference. Because it's people like Gordon Joseph and them supported the government back in the days of judging Jesus and crucifying him. And the followers of the politics, because Jesus came to say that God is real, and the politicians at that time thought they were the God. They used to worship the politicians at that time. And that happening still in our time with Kid Christopher Rowley. You see what happened with Patrick Manning? And Rowley is an example of what you asking about when Miss Atlanta asking about why did God cast the devil out of heaven. It's the same thing with the only thing is Patrick Manning was weak to give Rowley the upper hand because Rowley was the devil and he fight against the kingdom of Manning, which was the PNM party, and he succeeded. And God but God did not fail in his act, but God realized the tricks of the devil and sent him to make his own kingdom. So Gordon Joseph, you are a follower of that same person that was cast onto earth. And Kid Christopher Rowley is just a generation of the angels and them. He are bloodlines of the evil and wicked angels. That's why he cannot take away from the old people. But Kamala Prasad Bissessa, who is a godly woman, was giving babies food that one day they could see the age to consider themselves to be old. God, Joseph, you ready for me yet? Watch your Uncle Tommy. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
man.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh, God. Mr.
Okay.
Intellectual, call back now. Call back. Let me get this done quickly.
Yeah, babe.
You understand everything you read, Brooklyn, you speak? Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Miss Atlanta, please listen. Mr. Intellectual, go ahead. You gave about 2-3 minutes. Go ahead. Explain to Miss Atlanta what you mean.
Sorry that they couldn't understand it, but all the Bible is saying that there was war in heaven. God cast out the devil because there was no place found in heaven again for him.
Right.
And he allowed him the earth because the earth was, he had already contaminated the earth. And he allowed him to continue here for a space of time. And God is going to bring judgment upon him, final judgment, which is the second death, which will be cast into the lake of fire and whatever. That will be done here on with whoever don't want to believe that. But the fact of the matter is, God in his infinite wisdom understood and know what is going to take place here. He revealed it to us and he gave us our opportunity to choose him or the devil.
So
if it choose God, it will choose righteousness. If it choose the devil, it will choose unrighteousness.
So Mr.
that is
Intellectual,
to me.
what you're saying
Have
is
a blessed
that
one.
but Mr. Intellectual, don't go yet. What you're saying is that the devil was in heaven and God cast him out of heaven back to the earth. And when you come back to the earth here, we here on earth had to decide, are we going to pick the devil or are we going to choose God?
Yeah, because we had already made our choice in the earliest to give him the earth, you know. Adam made that choice.
Right. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But then he had an opportunity to repent and continue to do good. Just like every one of us. So we have an opportunity to repent and do good. Follow righteousness other than follow unrighteousness. That's why he gave us a law.
Okay. All right.
So that we would have a path to walk in.
There we
to show us the correct way. When Jesus came, he just fortified us to empower us to do it even better, to make us more perfect.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
Have a blessed evening. I hope that we enjoy the coming days and hope that we would have a peaceful and happy holiday season.
And Mr. Intellectual, let me tell you this, I just enjoy this show because I just learn plenty things from this show. I ain't gonna lie.
I do learn a lot from you guys and thing. Not that but it, your own and some of the things that you all bring out. It's just to help us to grow and to solidify our thoughts and keep us grounded in the things that we believe.
Correct.
Now, if you believe in unrighteousness and you see avenues to propagate it, you're going to do so. If you believe in righteousness and you see avenues, you're going to propagate it.
Because
Understand?
and just before you go, because to me, when you see somebody doing wrong and they keep doing wrong and you supporting that, you're not supporting righteousness. You're supporting evil.
Definitely. One of the things that we ought to be sure in our minds about, that we're here to make life better.
Correct.
Right? For those who come in behind. A man walking through the forest, he bunks his foot on a log across the place and he wouldn't remove the log. He would allow the others to come and bump their feet also. If you clear the path, the walk would be easier for those who come in behind, so that they would recognize that somebody cleared the path for us and maybe we should widen the road. You know?
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot.
It's for us to give a thought.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot.
My closing thought for this evening is that I hope that we all have a clearer understanding of the love of God and what He desires for us, so that we could come up to a higher standard and our lives may bring a little bit of peace and happiness to others who we come in contact with. Blessed evening, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Intellectual. Thank you, man. Tommy, I think on Sunday we got to have a 10-minute service, but
Wow.
oh God. Audrey says hating the government is not enough reason to vote for the UNC. Who's Tommy? Where? Who said that?
Guess what? You can't back at Ricardo.
All right, yeah. All right. Folks, let me give my closing quote, then I'm gonna play the closing quote. And if you put your closing quotes in the chat, I'll play the let me give my closing quote. Hold on. Hold on.
You don't want me to go first.
All right, you can go first. You can go first.
The transformation of the heart is a wondrous thing, no matter how you land there. Again, the transformation of the heart is a wondrous thing, no matter how you land there. Like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, you must be that change you want to see. However, if you look at that mirror and don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you give them a hand up. You all, be safe out there. Love you all. See you at our next session. Till then, good evening.
Thank you, Tommy. This is my closing.
God, good morning. Today is Sunday, Father, December 22nd, a day that under your grace was set aside for rest and for drawing closer to you, Lord. On this day, my heart overflows with gratitude. Thank you for giving me the chance to live another Sunday, for renewing me, and for filling my life with your peace and love. Thank you for the rest that eases my weariness and the hope that is reborn with each new morning. Lord, this Sunday is more than just a day of rest. It is a gift from you, a moment to slow down, reflect on my life, and recognize how faithful you have been. May this day be filled with harmony, moments of reflection, and communion with you, Father. Teach me to value what truly matters, my faith, my family, and your purpose in my life. I place all my worries in your hands and trust that, under your care, everything will become lighter. May this Sunday be guided by your love and marked by your presence in every detail. I praise and thank you for being the God who never abandons me, today and always. Amen.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say what I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Let me play some closing quotes here in the chat.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Anselm. Good evening, Mr. Tony. Good evening to all the callers. Blessings to all the families. Blessings to everybody. Mr. Anselm always God talk and everything. Every day, everybody had to go and face their own judgment when the time is ready, when God called them home. But to me, heaven and hell is right here on earth because this is where you feel pain, hurt, and sorrow. And if everybody want to read the scriptures and feel that will get them in heaven, just reading the scriptures, well, so be it. Because at the end of the day, with all them shows and then I look at with Jesus and everything that they have on TV, that is what they're showing us because the same way with the Bible, no everybody rewrite the Bible. And when you check at Jesus and go in no church and pray, he used to pray and on the ground, he used to spread out mat, he used to pray in the poorest place. So nobody don't have to go in an air-conditioned church to pray. But you see, everybody had their opinion on their religion. But I will always say judgment day is for each and every one. We don't go in groups. You go single and face the judgment. And when you have to go and face the judgment, even the righteous will get sent in pit of hell. Because you'll be righteous on the outside, and then the inside is heat. Look at Jimmy Swaggart, who used to make people cry the most, and what scandal he was in.
Thank you, man. Let me see.
I'll give my closing comments now. I think if you're a plan man and you're good at that, see if you could get better at it. But there are areas if you're going to, you might end up offside. You could end up getting yellow card and things. Not for being offside, but persistently infringing the law. Yeah. Now, I know that I have said over and over, but it has some people, the memory, and we know the quotes on memory. I haven't seen a political party yet that was so squeaky clean. They had no lies, they had no thieving, they had nothing. I haven't seen that yet. I've indicated you ask a question, Mr. Host, and I answer honestly. Unlike some people, they're hiding behind cloak of anybody but dotishness. I am saying, when I look at what is out there, the effort that I am seeing here, you have to get money somewhere. All these different things that government doing, and all this is why I blame government for not performing properly. They ain't explaining enough all the different expenditures, all the different things that they should be doing. And if the oil money is not flowing like it used to, and if every time they bloody try to bring something that could bring money, sandals, and so many other things I could call Jenga, Binga, Linga, Kalinga, Munga. Every time is a bloody obstacle, is a dig up, and not focusing on what could help the country. I am saying, based on that effort, I feel that is where I could put support. But I am not going to say that they don't lie or they don't thief. I will never do that. Unlike some of you, your party squeaky clean. Yeah, it had no airport scandal. No. A man make jail, man pay back money, all kind of thing. It was overruns. One man described it as overruns. Give me a corn on a cob, yes? Yeah? So I have never said that PNM is squeaky clean and everybody in PNM going to heaven. Come now, man. Get real now, man. I say when you put those, line them up out there, you understand? I am not satisfied how things are with crime and all these things. And if I healthy and strong, I work in. God bless me with that. So I could still work and think pension or no pension. That doesn't matter to me. God is my provider, not government. Sorry for those of you who are in that position where you have to depend on that. Look, let me hush my mouth and let these people and them think. What? The man say, let the donkey walk? I wouldn't say that though. I ain't going down to that level. But all the best, guys, and don't forget to pray. God does listen.
Okay, let me get some other closing quotes here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Miss Atlanta says, they will not understand what I write. I write emotions and they only read words. We will water the thorn for the sake of the rose. Okay. All right. Atlanta send some. Deep conversation with the right people are priceless. Thanks for the show and explanations. There we go. All right. So that's it right there. I wonder what was that, boy? Let me see this. Let me see what is this.
What is?
No, all right. All right. So the closing comments in the chat. Bijam say you're wasting time with Gordon. Volsang says, stay blessed. Continue to have a beautiful heart. Have a beautiful evening. Ian said, afternoon, guys. Locked. One football come first inside. Kamini says, I do learn from these callers and you, Tommy and Walls. Volsang closing comment says, avoid loud and aggressive people that have vexation to the soul. Gordon, good evening to you. Good evening to your soul. Oh, God. Volsang says, very good evening to you and Walls. Stay strong and stay blessed. Gordon said, I love that Sunday church. All right, folks. We out of here. See you guys tomorrow. 7 to 10 p.m. on In the Village.
Hey, hey, oi, oi. Hey, hey, oi, oi. In Trinidad and Tobago, politics was we and them. That was never meant to be so, according to the anthem. But ethnic insecurity was maintained to divide us by some people in the country to sow the seeds of distrust. But we have bought a new system within the community. Now what used to be we and them has now become only we. From now on this nation is we. From now on it is you and I. From now on it is unity. From now on we flying high. All the races have come together to build a better country and create a brighter future for the whole society. The we and them thing is no more, because it is plain to see in this country from shore to shore the community is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we. From India and some came from Africa. Look today, their descendants are here, coexisting together. There are others who came here too, the Chinese, Syrians and such. Native people are just a few in this land that we love so much. But the politics of the day and the love for a party cause people to begin to say them is them and we is we. From now on this country is we. From now on we all shall be one. From now on that's how it shall be. From now on all division done. As today united we stand, the people of Trinbago. One country, one nation, one island. Chutney Pan and Calypso. It's Trinidad and Tobago, better known as TNT. And we want the whole world to know we see ourselves as we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we. nation is no more. And Mother China done disappear, gone away for good, I'm sure. If we want to build a real nation, there can be no we and them. In spite of ethnic persuasion, all should fit in the system. Side by side we stand hand in hand within the society. This here Paradise Island, because you and I means we. From now on love and tears we. From now on race do not matter. From now on we means unity. From now on we are together. They cannot divide me again, cause we enter a new era. United we shall all remain, looking out for each other. Eric tell me matter they done. Today it is plain to see a new paradigm has begun, and that paradigm is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we.